Yeah, normally we don't, but we were desperate.
Hmm.
So it just kind of happened and we're live on Saturday night.
Everyone tuned in. They were just like, normally we don't, but we're desperate. That's all they heard. What's going on, guys? Hey, I'm here in a different location with Wi-Fi I'm paying for, so it better not fucking crash. Episode number 53 of My Cup of Tea. Let's go! It's probably gonna echo in here. I don't even know. Evan's here.
Sounded good. Yeah.
No
here.
frogs. There's a good
No frogs.
Just like the tiniest of crickets. There's no frogs, no lizards. I'm happy.
No alligators.
Right.
Yeah, it's good to be back. There's a lot of stuff to catch up on. Bond, Venom happened. That was the thing. What If finale that happened as well. And then some Spider-Man stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Carson.
Yeah, tons of stuff to catch up on. I was like looking at the show notes. Yeah, we have show notes, by the way.
Oh my god, StreamYard's displaying for me one of the Wi-Fi bars dropped, and I'm god damn it.
You jinxed
Not
it.
like this. Not like this.
But not us.
Not us.
This is gonna be chaos.
It is.
Anywho, yeah, good to be back. I feel like so much has progressed. I don't even know. Whatever. It's fine.
The last time we had an episode, I don't think Squid Game was as popular as it was.
I don't think
It wasn't.
We're a whole cultural phenomenon behind in episodes.
I'm about to watch it. We should cover it next week, honestly.
We really should.
All right, I'll start it.
Because I remember like a couple episodes ago, Carson was like, Kelly's watching Squid Game. And I'm like, I really need to start watching that show. Then I binged all of it. Like
She binged it before everybody else. Before it was a thing, she like binged it and she's like, this show is so good. Everyone's gonna love this show. And then it blew up and I was like, oh, another one of your Korean shows that you're watching. That's cool. And then it just became
It's excellent. It's one of the best shows of the year. So yeah, we could definitely talk about it. You watched it, Carson, right?
No,
you haven't watched it.
Going to.
Okay. Carson hasn't watched it, Nathan hasn't watched it.
Because I was finished. I actually was busy watching The Witcher, number 1.
Oh yeah, you finished that? Great show.
Then I watched Midnight Mass and just I just needed to recover from that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just like start another show after that. God. But between those two projects, like probably the best things that Netflix has put out is David Fincher's Mindhunter, any Mike Flanagan project.
Yep.
And
I always root
The
for
Witcher. I really love
Ozark.
The Witcher's a great show. And Ozark. I would say that's my top 4 stuff.
And Lucifer.
Lucifer season 5, part 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I still need to watch it. But the show's over. I need to catch
That's
up.
Mostly though like a NBC or Fox show, I think. Where
It was Fox for the first 3
Fox.
seasons.
Yeah.
So the first half.
Okay, and then there's
also,
a total of 6 seasons now.
I always give Netflix credit for that one Kerry Fukunaga show with Emma Stone and what is it called? Not Enemy.
It starts with an M, doesn't it?
Not Memento. Malignant, Memento.
No,
Malignant.
Memory. No.
Let me check my Apple because I have the OST on my playlist.
La La Land.
That's one of my absolute favorite shows.
What is that called? I wanted to say Dan Romer. Composer.
I was going to
apostrophe Amazing Spider-Man.
Maniac. Here we go.
I knew it started with an M.
This show's gonna be off the rockers. But yeah, Maniac is an unbelievable, great show. Yeah, love it.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Yeah. But I think we can start off before we dive into reviews. Throughout the past 2 weeks, there's been a lot of rumors about Disney Plus projects, and then we can
let's squash them.
We can put them all like in the same conversation.
Carson's energy tonight.
Every day there was like a new project announced from varying degrees of believability and rumors. So let me see here. There's the
D'Onofrio's liking tweets again.
The most notable one was the Agatha Harkness spinoff with our girl.
Right.
What's it called?
Which was in the trades, not just the
Catherine Hahn. That was in the trades. So that's more reputable. That's why I mentioned it first. Because it says Agatha Harkness spinoff, dark comedy written and directed by the guy who did WandaVision.
Matt Shackman.
I think you said it right.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And yeah, that's like just kind of a dark comedy. And there's a rumor that she's going to appear in future films as well. So what do you guys think about that one? Does that make sense to you?
I love it. She probably will pop up for a second in Multiverse of Madness.
Everybody's going to show up. But that movie, I feel, is just going to be like
that's
cameo,
the Avengers.
cameo with no plot.
No, there's plot. They're just like they're.
Oh, did you know there's going to be an
integrated.
Ultron bot in that movie? I don't know.
There is. That came out before the finale of What If, and we were like, "How's good?" Like,
yeah, they came out from like one website though. I'm like, oh, we'll see. It probably could be like one portal that Doctor Strange opens, and there's like an Ultron bot.
The VFX artist just like paints it in like into the clouds. Like
I imagine it being like the crystal ball you see in What If, like that closed universe, but you see them as like different windows to these worlds.
And it could be like
the collector and not the collector, the architect and Matrix too.
Yeah,
love it.
But yeah, I think that one makes sense to me. I like Catherine Hahn a lot. As soon as the show ended, she was like one of the most popular characters from that show and in Marvel in general. People loved her.
Yeah,
she didn't get the Emmy, but yeah, she was really good.
Did Mando win any Emmys?
Mando won a lot of Emmys from like the technical side of things.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Didn't get nominated.
Justin, Michael Caine is not retiring.
Oh, that's true. Oh, he's not?
Yeah.
It's confirmed by the Wrap.
He's not retiring.
He's not retiring.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Nolan can sleep another day.
He's got to return for another Muppet Christmas Carol.
He's got to be an Oppenheimer, all right?
Caine is like, what, 80 now?
Oh Caine? How old is he? Like,
did you say Caney?
Caine. Michael Caine. I don't know why I said that.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael
Bruce Wayne.
Hey.
Can't lift a bloody log.
He's 88. This man is Clint Eastwood. He's 2 years younger than Clint Eastwood. He's living it up.
Is he writing his own films with fucking threesomes? I didn't think so.
Who's he doing this for? His grandkids?
Nah, but he's starring in the 2017 classic Going in Style with the old people doing a heist.
Oh yeah.
With
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
The other one. The other guy.
The other bald guy. Alan Arkin. So I don't know who that is.
I think so.
I think he quit acting too, though.
Is
he dead or
no? He's 87. Hold on.
But moving on, the Agatha Harkness spinoff I think makes sense. But then there's two more: the Ten Rings spinoff and the Monica Rambeau spinoff are also rumored. Those are rumors.
Carson's big announcement pre-release: the Ten Rings will return.
Hey, are you still on this?
No, this has entered the ether of it's good and oh yeah, I didn't see it, and different in jokes.
Yeah, Ten Rings makes a lot of sense. As soon as we saw the post-credit scene, we're like, okay. First of all, his sister was a fantastic character. Really, one of the biggest surprises of the movie. Her first role, and I didn't really expect her to have a main role. I thought this was going to be a Shang-Chi vehicle. I didn't expect this movie to be like Black Panther, and the fact that a lot of the side characters are going to dominate a lot of the fan talk and the praise.
I thought you were going to say there was an anti-vaxxer as the second in command.
Carson, those are allegations.
Allegations. Yeah. She has not beat them. Her Instagram comment was the most inconvincing thing.
Feige is like quickly acting with the What If showrunners to be like, hey, can we access Killmonger in that pocket dimension?
Oh, what a world! There really was so many Marvel developments, even since
so many. They kept coming out because they were like, Tiana Paris's Photon is getting maybe a spinoff in rumor.
Who?
Like,
what?
From
Monica Rambeau.
Oh, sorry.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. Basically, every character from WandaVision is getting spin off.
Where's my Sharon Carter spinoff? Like the origins of her downfall.
Oh, no.
Where is it?
What is it called? It's gonna be called what was she called in the show? Power Broker. Oh God.
Who was the Power Broker?
She was Agent 13, like for a second.
If a show's called Agent 13, pretty dope.
Pretty good.
Dope, but they're not going to do that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vibes. Let's go.
Great show. But I think Ten Rings makes a lot of sense. I like that concept a lot. I could definitely see that being announced during Disney Plus Day next month. Actually, we're less than a month away from that. That's pretty cool. But Ten Rings makes a lot of sense. It's very cool. It's a big organization. She can be the lead, but there can be a lot of other people attached to it as well.
Be a Crimson Dawn show, if you will.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, and we can get maybe via flashbacks. We can get the villain. What's his name? Wen Wu. Back. I would love to see him back. He's instantly one of my favorite characters in the MCU, just in general. He was so good in that movie.
So you think they'll develop this show, and then the Shang-Chi 2 will be the next like main line. She'll still be in it, but like
I believe so.
Moving forward, I see.
Yeah,
I can totally see that.
Yeah, I think both probably could be announced. Shang-Chi 2 and Ten Rings spinoff during as a big sandwich during Disney Plus Day.
Five Guys, that's right.
Make sure to put that season salt on there too, bro.
Gonna come back in. It's pre-seasoned.
Quick story. I probably shouldn't be saying this on air, but when I did DoorDash,
oh no!
Whenever I got Five Guys, or whenever I had to deliver Five Guys on DoorDash,
oh my god, dude.
I might have snuck in a fry or two.
Evan,
because
you give me trust issues now.
They're good fries.
They're good.
I have trust issues now. Damn it.
You should.
Evan standing in the
That's
front
why they
seat.
steal the bag now.
He's like at a red light, and he's just like.
That is definitely why they steal the bags. They steal the bags.
What was
like,
that?
I always just whenever I'm like, in the parking lot, I'm like, let me take one. And then whenever I deliver it, I'm like, here's your food. So they don't smell that.
Jail. Straight to jail.
Nathan's gonna get an email like, tell me the location of your podcast partner. They're gonna check my IP address probably.
I'm only give you up if they make me a deal for like free Dash delivery free.
That's what I'm worth to you.
No, not the delivery. I want a $500 Dash credit.
Okay, I'm only worth $500. That's nice.
Only in how many fries did you take?
Give or take 100.
That's fine.
But
how much health issues did you cause?
What's the word
in this economy?
In the panorama, Evan. You did.
When was this?
Like when I was doing, so not last year because I was working probably like 2 years ago when I was doing DoorDash like a lot after college. I did DoorDash in the library back to back. But what else? Oh yeah, the Monica Rambeau one. That one it seems like iffy to me, even though I love Tiana Paris. That one just seems like okay. We're getting her in the Marvels next year.
I would more so maybe anticipate her to pop up in like a Miss Marvel season 2 or something.
Yes, as a supporting character in Miss Marvel. Yeah, her own show. Oh, I forgot we're having a Miss Marvel show as well. Yeah, so that's a lot of like Marvel. That's a lot of Miss Marvel / Marvel Photon stuff in the MCU. It's like it doesn't seem necessary to me. But I can see her having a role in, of course, in the Marvels and the movies coming up, and maybe upcoming Avengers movie, but also definitely in Miss Marvel season 2, maybe. But yeah, that one is the one spinoff. I'm just like, I don't really know about that. So I think out of the ones that are definitely happening, we're getting WandaVision. We're getting the Agatha Harkness one, which makes sense. Another villain-focused show, by the way. We did mention it earlier. We have a Loki who was like a kind of a villain, turns anti-hero during his own series.
So
I wonder if they do. Do you think they do make her an anti-hero of sorts moving forward?
I think they do. They'll make
who?
Agatha Harkness. Because I mentioned that it's another villain-focused TV show like Loki was. And I think...
Well, it's weird because I don't think... I mean, they reverted Loki out of pure villainy from like the first step, I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Which was very shocking and impressive.
I think it will most likely be an instance of just like Agatha's still horrible, but like she's going up against a even more horrible foe that's against her interest.
Yeah, right. Like the Chaos God, right? I don't think they even did they say him by his name? I forget his name now. But the Chaos God that Wanda gets her powers from.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch gets her powers.
Who she is.
I can see that definitely being like because there's a lot of mythology that the MCU can dive into that in terms of where the magic comes from and these gods that we're going to dive into.
I would love for it to be like a balance back and forth between present day and like the witch trial age.
I was going to mention that, like, in terms of sympathy for a character, in terms of maybe making her a hero, like, she was targeted by the other witches. Granted, she massacred them all, but they were messing with her, and it was a little bit of sympathy in terms of that as well, even though she was practicing the dark arts or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, Monica Rambeau seems iffy. Ten Rings makes sense. The other one is the Daredevil project that was rumored as well, which got the internet buzzing last weekend.
Didn't it like come up as like a spinoff of a spinoff for the Echo show?
Correct. So Echo, which is already a confirmed spinoff from, I think Echo's confirmed. Yeah, Echo's a confirmed spinoff from Hawkeye. She's going to be in Hawkeye for a little bit, probably tracking down Hawkeye.
And she herself is a Daredevil character.
Correct. Yeah. We mentioned her on the podcast a couple of times before because she's in the trailer for Shot. And she's rumored to be hired by Kingpin, even though that's not necessarily confirmed yet about Kingpin's role in the Hawkeye series. It could be literally anybody else. Like Vera Farmiga is in the cast, so it could be Vera Farmiga hiring her.
There's also been teases of potentially fucking Kingpin and No Way Home.
Exactly. So we won't know till Hawkeye and No Way Home come out.
Which is also another interesting development that a brand new 1 minute Hawkeye trailer came out that also announced the first 2 episodes will premiere simultaneously on Disney Plus.
Which makes sense.
Which will also put the penultimate episode the same week as No Way Home's release.
Yes.
Carson, you better.
I'm just giving silent gestures that are slightly could go either way for the conversation.
What's either way about? Oh.
Whoa.
You made a sarcastic noise.
This makes sense because the last episode for Hawkeye was originally going to be the same day as Book of Boba Fett. But now that they're doing 2 of the episodes on that same day, November 24th or 26th, whatever, now the final episode is a week before Boba Fett. So it goes from Hawkeye to Boba Fett. So that way you can keep your Disney Plus subscription. That's how they hook us. That's how they get us.
Little do they know I'm canceling it on the Boba Fett. Okay. Can't get me that much Disney.
Every Star Wars mentioned Nathan's like, you can't do this to me again.
And then they hooked me in with a Lego special, and I'm like, God damn it.
But yeah, the Daredevil rumor, it's very interesting because a lot of the rumors said that, well, the Echo show is going to be very Daredevil focused, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, I don't want the Echo show to be like a season 4 for Daredevil. I'd rather have Daredevil have his own show. Like, I don't want Matt, Foggy, and Karen. Is it Foggy? What's his name? Foggy, yeah.
Nelson.
And Nelson. In Karen.
Foggy Nelson one name.
Foggy and Nelson. Yeah, Foggy Nelson and Paige. That Karen.
Avocados at law.
Avocados at law. I don't want all 3 of them, the trio, stealing the spotlight from Echo, because if they're in an episode, that's all you're going to be talking about instead of Echo. That's just what's going to happen.
Carson, what's your stance after where Daredevil's left off?
Yeah, what do you think, Carson?
As the resident Daredevil expert, having seen,
well, let me tag you in chat
for
everybody to tune in
the Spider-Man animated show. His wonderful appearance in season 2 or 3. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like it's weird to continue. I want them to continue the show because it sounds like season 3 wraps things up, but not really.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. There is an easy way they can continue this into a Disney Plus series. The brutality of the show might be reworked. I don't know.
I can't believe Matt died. I don't know.
Well,
that's what I wonder. Like, obviously the core audience translates, but it's just interesting because I wouldn't want the tone of the show to change for it to be existed on Disney Plus. I don't think it would.
I think, Nathan, would you agree season 1 probably the darkest of the seasons? Actually, never mind. No. I just remember season 3. So
I haven't watched 3, but even then 2 gets pretty with Punisher
2 is
in there.
Dark, of course, Punisher. But season 3, there's also a lot of brutality with the newest character in the sniper, Bullseye. Yeah. There's an office scene where he kills a lot of people. So yeah, okay, fine. It is a dark show, but I think Disney Plus can
You
still do
embarrass
it.
me.
And even if they tone it down, people didn't like Daredevil because it was like people's heads are getting blown in. Like, no, people like Daredevil because of the characters.
Whenever I think back on like my favorite stuff with Daredevil, I'm not just like, oh man, that fucking hallway fight. I'm like, damn, that rooftop scene with Punisher and Daredevil.
Exactly, right. And I think season 3 ends off, no spoilers, it ends off in a way where you can easily reboot the series, where it's like, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 happened, but we don't even have to mention it because we're moving on in our characters' journeys. So
I think done that before.
Exactly. Like it doesn't really, it wouldn't be too much of a bother. The only thing that there is
comic arc.
Yeah, basically, and there is a cliffhanger for season 3. But even then, they can reintroduce it like, "Oh, I fought you before." Da 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 da.
Yeah, there's Kanan comics, but here's the bad match.
But yeah, I think Daredevil, a show for Daredevil would make sense. I think Feige knows that's like probably the most called for show for Disney Plus. Probably is Daredevil at this point,
especially with Charlie Cox to return.
Yeah, people love him. I think Feige understands that. He knows how fans think. So I wouldn't be surprised even if he's announced this year at again Disney Plus Investors Day.
No Way Home.
Or No Way Home. So we shall see.
It was interesting. I think something in regards to this like had like a quote tweet from Vincent D'Onofrio that then had a quote tweet from Deborah Ann Wool. So it's like, oh shit. Yeah. It was when Deborah chimed in that everybody was like, oh, now wait a minute.
Well, wait a minute, yeah. But they like teasing people, and
Trey was right there.
It's a Twitter thing. So at their defense, they could be like, we were just tweeting things.
But he keeps liking this stuff.
He still does, yeah. But he's a fan too. He likes the character.
He is, but then he unliked them.
Let me see here.
Conspiracies.
What else for Disney Plus? Oh, Secret Invasion. This is as recent as yesterday. Secret Invasion started production yesterday. Samuel L. Jackson posted this on Instagram.
I swear he already announced like a production when like he did like a behind the scenes like in costume.
Me too. I was gonna say the same thing. I thought this already started, but does this confirm that we're getting Secret Invasion next year? I forget what we thought Marvel was gonna release next year. Besides,
where's Secret Invasion to Armor Wars? I feel like that's also a big thing. Like,
I think She-Hulk and Moon Knight are confirmed for next year.
Honestly, I think they're gonna go like two separate ways, like the same way. Same way, like Falcon Winter Soldier and Loki are like such like different ranges of things going on. Same with like Secret Invasion and Armor Wars.
This could be the November show next year.
It could be. So, what do you guys think? We think Moon Knight or She-Hulk first, right? Then Moon Knight, or one of those, whatever. Early next year
is first. She-Hulk's done, right?
I think She-Hulk's close to being done.
And they're only supposed to be like half-hour
comedies or dramas. Yeah.
What about Miss Marvel though? Is that gonna go first?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
That's like the beginning.
January,
of next year, right?
February.
Okay, I would go Miss Marvel because that's pretty much already done. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and then end it with Secret Invasion. That's 4, right? So
yeah, that makes sense.
Works. And then Armor Wars for 2023 and Ironheart for 2023.
We just named 4 Marvel shows, and that doesn't even include the theatrical movies. Like,
yeah, holy shit! Because then we have
there's 5 or 4 movies next year, right?
Yeah, what do we got? We got Strange, followed by Thor, followed by Black Panther.
Yep.
Followed by
Black Panther's next year.
Followed by the Marvels.
The Marvels.
Yeah, there's that rumored October date, but I don't think that's real.
Oh,
Blade.
Yeah, that was
Blade next year.
Marvel India. They said it.
That was so weird.
Oh yeah, I think they messed up at 2 and 3.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think though? Like they did announce that for that date next year.
That bad decision. Yeah, bad move. Because I think
October's writing it.
October's packed. Like they're going to be competing.
Secret production.
They're going to be competing with. Another news topic. Spider-Verse 2 finally has a title, which is coming out October. The Spider-Verse 2 is called Across the Spider-Verse.
If they don't play Across the Stars, no.
Let's go.
Get a rendition of Across the Stars, but like call it Across the Dimensions, and make it the love theme for Miles and Gwen.
Oh man, I would love that. People hated their relationship in the comic books because there's a romantic arc between Gwen and Miles in the comic books.
Well, it's not Peter's Gwen; it's Ultimate, right?
Yeah, but it was because of the age thing, I think. Because Gwen is Spider-Gwen's older. Like 18 or 19.
Well, is it
Miles was like 17 or 16.
Is it Miles' universe as Gwen, or is it an alternate universe?
No, it's Spider Gwen. So it's
okay.
Earth 64 or 69. I forget. Spider Gwen.
And they have an age gap was the problem.
Yeah, she's older, and she's like 3 or 4 years older, and people are complaining for.
How
no
old
reason.
is Miles?
He was like 16. I'm like, guys, come on. He was like 16. She was like 18 because she was like going to college or whatever. Either way, I forget how it worked, but there was some kind of age difference people didn't like. Anyways, I liked it. And if there is a Marvel movie next year in October, they'd be competing with Spider-Verse 2, among other things, next October. Halloween ends. So, yeah, I don't think there's...
When's my Silk show coming out?
Never.
Yeah, where's that
was
Amazon Prime? No, that's the Amazon Prime Silk show.
What?
They changed it. They changed it to a series instead of a movie.
Well, it's been the series.
They just confirmed
I think it was a movie at first, like a rumored at least to be a movie.
that Amazon Jack Ryan is coming back for season. Like they just wrapped season 3 and they're doing a 4th season already.
Yeah,
I swear, I was just in the theater watching promo for season 2.
Right?
They play those promos all the time
Every
year.
time John Krasinski's doing his interview.
Yeah, season 2 was not good.
Yeah, I stopped it.
I remember you saying that.
It was not. There was like this whole subplot with like this guy who was left behind for so stupid. It was bad. It was bad. But I watched season 3 because like I like Jack Ryan. Where were we? Oh yeah.
Wait. You said like you thought it was a movie. Is that maybe you're thinking of the Olivia Wilde?
Maybe I am Spider-Woman thing, which is still supposed to be a thing. Probably a 2024.
They see Ridley to star. Would be great.
That would be great.
Man, I'm so mad. I gotta wait all the way for the new Olivia Wilde movie.
Next April, right?
No, it was like later.
Is it? I'm pretty sure it's April, 2022. What's it called? Don't Think Twice or Don't something?
I'm looking. Don't worry, darling. That's not right. Hold on.
Look it up. Yeah, because I think April we're having Bullet Train followed by The Northman, and I think that was going to be followed by Don't Worry, Darling. But I could be wrong. I usually am.
September 23rd. That's why we have to wait all the way to September
23rd. Are you sure? 2022?
Yeah, I'm on her Twitter. Not in theaters only. 9/23/22. When she posted that trailer. Whole last year.
Wow. Man. Tragic. Just is that a week before Bond or Mission Impossible? A week after Mission?
Let me tell you.
Mission Impossible like September 30th or something. Jeez.
Mission Impossible is the September 30th, so it'll be a week after. Don't worry, darling.
That's gonna be a good September for once.
Do you remember?
I was like, what are you talking about?
The time gap on that response.
Oh my god. Well, and that's crazy too because then 1 week after Mission Impossible 7 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And then 1 week after that is Halloween Ends.
Every day I wake up.
I think that's good for Mission Impossible.
And then 2 weeks after that is The Flash. And then a week after that is The Marvels.
We're going to die.
And then
March 27th.
2 weeks after that is Creed 3.
Box
And
office
then
is dead again.
3 weeks after that is Avatar 2 and Aquaman 2.
No.
Hey now!
What?
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
This is what a dream.
That trailer is gonna drop.
And I'm gonna
Everyone's
fall
gonna
asleep
stop
again.
talking.
We need to stop it. We got a commentary.
You cannot get me excited for Avatar 2.
Upon our commentary, we will.
Talked on what day is this?
What day? It's August. It's October 15th, 2021, 10:01 p.m.
On December 16th, 2022, when you walk out of that theater. I cannot wait.
I'm gonna tell you.
I cannot wait. I'll be happy, Bob. I'll be happy.
I'll be happy, Bob. Nice. Yeah, I'm not excited. I just can't be. The first one is so uninteresting to me. So bad. Fine. Oh, Evan, but the special effects. Dune or Dunkirk also had good technical stuff. I also did not like that movie either.
Oh, it's his top three movie.
The plot.
Did you like the sound design of Dunkirk?
It was good.
but like in a good way.
In a good way, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was good in a good way.
Okay.
It was above average.
Okay. Damn.
It wasn't Best Picture worthy. Freaking Academy.
Oh, look who it is.
What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, Dunkirk wasn't good. Avatar 2 is not going to be good. I really rather go see Aquaman 2, and that's saying something.
I think both are going to be good, actually. Hot take.
Aquaman 2 could have the Venom 2 effect, right? I know what I'm getting. Well, actually, the opposite. I did not.
Do you
like
get
Venom 2.
Pitbull back for
If
the
it just has a
soundtrack?
better script, but like keeps the same.
I trust Ron
vibe.
more than I do the people behind Venom. So yeah,
Ocean.
worldwide. Actually, our podcast by now.
I want that's definitely gonna be a merch piece. Do we get Do you get Pitbull back on the sequel?
You have to.
What do you mean?
Said Carson about Eminem.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. I'm pissed. I'm not happy, Bob.
I'm happy enough. I'm decided.
It is not a certified banger as it was last time.
I think it's a banger. It just doesn't go as hard.
The first one is not a banger either, guys.
It is though. It
Sorry
goes
to say.
hard. It goes hard.
Venom's not good. It's not. It's
Oh,
not.
no, we're talking about the song.
Yes.
Oh,
not good.
it's
Is
good.
the song called Venom? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Venom.
It's not good. Venom. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, and you're singing
Bad.
it, and you.
Bad. There's a lot of
Okay,
trap
no,
songs that
okay,
are
hold on.
really
You can't be
catchy.
like, and you're singing it when both you get the damn lyrics wrong. I hate
Hey,
every time.
be gone.
You're just like, Venom. You're like, that's not how the flow goes. Like,
I'll play it right now and get this copy strike.
From a worldwide,
I already got a block.
from
I got a whole
worldwide Eminem
strike.
fan, I'm not a huge fan of Venom. It's just not good.
Someone say Stan.
That's his best song.
Really?
That's my favorite.
Oh shit. Let's
Yeah,
go.
love me some Stan. But in other news, what else do we have here?
Dear Mister, I'm too good to be on time for the pod.
Dear Mister, I'm too good to call or rap my fams. Spider-Verse. Oh yeah, let's work from this week here. So, we just mentioned Dunkirk. So yeah, Cillian Murphy is Oppenheimer for Nolan, coming out in 2023. This was expected when Cillian Murphy was cast. We're like, oh, he's probably going to be the lead Oppenheimer guy.
Cillian Murphy is great in everything. Quiet
This
Place
is
Two?
I hope so. This is gonna be interesting. Nolan recently has been known for his like thrillers, Tenet, Interstellar, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Those are thrillers?
Tenet,
guess-
what would you
I
call
guess
Tenet? Action adventure? It's not a drama.
I would say it's a sci-fi action.
Sci-fi action thriller,
Okay.
right?
All
Am I wrong?
right.
Wait, what movie?
What?
I was listening.
Tenet.
I feel like an asshole if I say what's thrilling. Like that's not what I mean.
Yeah, I would say a thriller.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like thriller doesn't have to mean like a horror.
It's a temporal thriller.
Well, I'm okay.
Carson has left the chat.
Temporal pain in my ass.
Hey,
No kidding.
red team forward, blue team backwards. Get it fucking in your.
I still have only seen.
What's his
Tenet
name?
once.
In that movie.
Aaron Taylor
Aaron Taylor
Johnson?
Johnson.
He's bloody fantastic.
He looks like I feel like somebody just like looked at his facial hair and that and was like, all right, Craven.
Really. No, apparently, I said this before. They watched his performance in Bullet Train, which I think is gonna be good. There's so many people in that movie.
Yeah,
So many people.
it's a packed train.
God, out.
I can
Yeah.
So like I can see how
Ticket, please. Ticket, please.
I can see more how like The Dark Knight is a thriller for sure, which is like
But Tenet isn't.
Motherfucker acts like he
more
wasn't
action
slandering
in
it like
Tenet than Dark Knight.
7 hours ago.
I know, and I like The Dark Knight. I just like I'm fucking tired of it. Just like it's the number one. It's like that in the Winter Soldier effect. Just like jades me.
Yeah, people still
Yeah.
think Winter Soldier's like the best Marvel movie ever. It's like it came out 7 years ago, guys.
Which is funny because like it's the one I watched the most like less frequently, but then every time I revisit, I'm like, damn, like every problem that starts to arise is solved instantly. Like,
Yeah,
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I've seen that one a lot. It's one I revisit less too, but when I watch it, like I know every scene. But
But no,
yeah.
I mean, I would say The Dark Knight is more like of a thriller with just like the edge of your seat, like the time against like the Joker's plans and stuff.
For Oppenheimer, though, is this like the first drama that he might be doing? Because I don't see this being like a action adventure or anything besides just a straight up biographical drama with Oppenheimer, right?
What?
Is this his first one?
I think there's still gonna be tense elements to it.
It's because it's a period piece, right?
Yeah.
Well, Dunkirk.
I think he can't. I think there's gonna be like certain not action, but I don't know. I guess I'm not really. I mean, I know of the history, obviously, but I'm not like as versed in like what the actual plot points will be. You know, like I'm curious how he's gonna approach that. Like, because I can't see him doing a straight biopic. Like, there's no way it's gonna be a biopic formulaic thing.
If you would like to watch a man struggle with the grief of creating such a monstrosity like the atom bomb, I highly recommend the Japanese cinematic masterpiece from 1954, Gojira, translated to Godzilla. Because it very much is a drama, because it was literally like, y'all are just like, oh, it's going off of Godzilla again, but it was literally made out of the grief of the fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki attacks.
Damn.
Very true.
And and goddamn it, coming back again with my pitch for Shin Godzilla, goddamn it, 2016, winning best Japanese film of 2016 because it was made also in the wake of the fucking natural disaster of the floods in Japan. History repeating itself. And Evan, just don't pity clap me. Don't you do this?
I'm just saying because it was like, was it the best 2016 film or best Japanese film? Because Arrival's still in there.
In Japan, I'm saying in Japan, it won best film.
Okay. In Japan, that counts. That's good. Good job, Godzilla. Gojira.
Shin Godzilla.
But yeah, I can see Nolan really doing like the nuclear bomb effects. That can be really cool on a big screen.
He's got to film it for real. He's got to drop a real nuke.
Because I'm trying to think, like, when was the last time we actually saw like a real nuke? I mean, the Wolverine comes to mind.
That was a cool sequence.
That was a very cool sequence. I can't think of any other big like
his hair grows back.
Nuclear bomb scenes. It's
from director James Mangold, your favorite for
he's
the
great.
Wolverine.
Fun fact: the highest grossing film in Japan in
Demon
2016
Slayer, right?
was Your Name, followed by Shin Godzilla.
All right.
Your Name broke the box.
Oh yeah, I remember you going off of just like better than Your Name.
But hey, both distributed.
That's what I was mad
They were
about.
both. They were
right.
both distributed by Toho.
Great company.
I win either way.
So we're fighting.
Yeah, Your Name, no contest. One of the best films.
Number 3, Zootopia.
This was like
really
in Japan. Yeah,
this is all over again, like Avatar and Endgame. It's just like it's all fucking Disney.
2016 was too good for us, man. Fuck.
What was this movie? At number 5 was Detective Conan: The Darkest Nightmare, and I'm instantly curious.
There's a lot of detective movies.
Oh, this is an anime movie.
Isn't like
you heard
the
of
highest
Detective Conan?
The highest grossing movie this year is like Detective something in China. I forget what it's
Pikachu?
called.
Oh no, it just got passed by The Battle at something lake,
Really?
which has made over $700 million in China alone the past 3 weeks.
Man,
Crazy.
They love their war movies. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one about China versus Japan in World War II.
Yeah,
which makes
got me curious.
Yeah, very interesting period in history. Where we go with that? Oh yeah, Oppenheimer. But yeah, I'm very curious to see if Oppenheimer is not a drama, what Nolan does with it to make it like unique. Because I love when Nolan goes crazy.
What's the Nolan twist?
Yeah. He goes Tarantino and just changes history.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, actually, doing that to World War II and the nuclear bomb, changing history, that is kind of iffy.
What is this? Crimes of Grindelwald?
Yeah, like the nuclear bomb was dropped on America instead. That would be
Isn't that isn't that a whole premise of like Man in the High Castle? It was just like, what if the Nazis won?
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy. So that battle at Lake Changan movie that I just mentioned, its opening weekend in China, the 3-day opening weekend, was $203 million, and it is 3x that, and it's grossed $633 million just in China in 14 days. Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Black Panther made 603 like domestically.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Almost was it 7? Oh yeah, it finally got over 700 eventually.
Well, Black Panther did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it did. But yeah, that was like not in 14 days. That's
It's
like
just so
in
interesting
months.
looking at
Wow.
where
Box
we're
office.
at the box office
How many
recovery.
theaters does China have?
A lot.
Man.
Like,
I want to
Like
combine. I want to see
20?
like what are theater accounts? What are theater counts?
I
For
honestly
China
think
and
it's like
America?
20,000. Like, you know how our theater count is like mid 4,000s for the opening weekend. I think their theater count's like 15 to 20,000.
Damn, no wonder they keep appealing to the market.
Yeah, I'm
Crazy.
very curious about that. But moving on from Oppenheimer. So let's get into some Marvel stuff again. Will Poulter is confirmed as Adam Warlock.
A surprise to be sure, but a welcome.
But a welcome one. Yes. Will Poulter, we haven't seen much of since Maze Runner was 2014.
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch was 15 or 16.
Carson's famous quote of "Fair enough, see you around."
Fair enough. See you around.
I still never seen Bandersnatch.
You gotta watch it, Evan.
So good.
I was never a huge Black Mirror person.
Well, it's fun because it's a choose your own
It's a
adventure.
standalone thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you choose the narrative flow based on your decision, which I always like.
Do I still get that Carson quote if I choose my own adventure?
Yeah, you'll get it.
Oh, sweet. But Carson's not going to say it. So
you'll get addicted enough to be like, what was the other path? And then, what if I pick up this box of cereal? Like it's that fucking. Like, I remember Netflix was so cryptic, and they were like, "But if you choose to pick up the picture frame for a second time," and I was like, "What the fuck would you do that?" Here I go.
Here I go again. But yeah, Will Poulter's Adam Warlock is very interesting. We last saw Guardians 2 in May of 2017. Was the last time we saw Guardians 2. That even teased Adam Warlock in a post-credit scene.
In the third there's
3 out of 5
7 post-credit scene in that movie.
There's 5 with and I think it was like the second or third one.
Yeah.
So it's by the time Guardians 3 comes out, it's gonna be 2023.
Yeah.
Which is 6 years, if I can do math correctly.
Adam's been in that cocoon with the Sovereign.
Like, I would have gone through all of my college, basically.
Since the last Guardians movie came out.
Yeah, 2017.
God, that's...
So it's just, how are they going to get people interested, besides a Marvel core fan base, in this new Adam character?
God.
I think they're just getting into hey, it's the Guardians, we're back, we're having fun, and then they just implement a new story.
Because the plot point for Adam was the gold people were upset about the Guardians ruining their, I don't know, plans or anything.
A lot of people had the anticipation that he would pop up in Infinity War, in the comics, to wield the gauntlet, set things right.
Which I never thought was a possibility, because I'm
we haven't introduced him. That would be.
We haven't introduced him. It's the Avengers. It's about the Avengers, not Adam.
Yeah, I wonder what the through line will be then. How James Gunn set this up.
The plot is he's after them. He's gonna be the main villain. Mm-hmm. Of course, he's a good guy, so it's gonna be I'm bad, but now since I'm omnipotent, I'm gonna realize that killing the Guardians is not my thing. I'm gonna team up with the Guardians.
It's funny
that kind of idea.
It's funny. I completely forgot about the idea of just Adam Warlock in general, because the only thing on my brain of Guardians 3 is just about the search for Gamora.
I'm about to say, right? Yeah, Gamora, the search for Gamora. There's a lot of plot points. So Adam Warlock is the main antagonist. I'm not even gonna say villain because he's not meant to be a villain, but he's an antagonist at first. But also Guardians gonna be dealing with the whole Thor connection from Thor 4 / Infinity or / Endgame.
I think I'm pretty sure we assumed that Thor's getting kicked off that ship at the beginning of Thor: Love and Thunder with Guardians.
Yeah, but the Guardians also, in James Gunn or Vin Diesel, they also teased that Thor will be in Guardians as well.
Give me those alternate perspective shots.
So that's gonna be interesting. So we have that, and we have Gamora, the new Gamora, and the deal with Rocket Raccoon, who is also supposed to be a big main role in this one. Of course, he's in all of them, but James Gunn said this is the most emotional Rocket story for Volume 3. And this is the end of this main cast of Guardians, so it's a lot of plot points. Because this is the last time we'll see the whole Guardians crew.
That's nuts. Evan, I was just thinking the entire time you're talking. In May of 2017, I was about to graduate high school.
Wow.
And
jeez.
By the time this movie comes out, I will be 20... I'll be 24? Yeah, I'll be 24 years old when the Guardians comes out.
In 2 years.
Listen, man, I was watching Iron Man in elementary school.
I know. It's just weird. Also, I have the answer in terms of how many theaters in China. Maximum opening theaters for that movie I was just mentioning. 6. Oh, geez.
60,000.
Wait, am I reading this right? It says 162,922 opening theaters, and then theatrical engagements. It says 331,270. It's a lot.
What counts as a theater? Like a screen?
I
with 2
don't
seats?
know, because usually it's like theater locations and then screen count.
Yeah.
So this is probably the screen count, but still.
How many AMC theaters are in China? That's good.
I don't know.
Man.
Anywho, but
you guys see that AMC Theaters new intro with Nicole Kidman?
yeah, the commercial.
I like it.
I don't go to
Everyone doesn't
AMC
like
theaters.
it. Where you go?
I go to Cinemark. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
goes to
right.
Cinemark.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember Josh was just like, oh. And I was
Isn't
like,
it weird
what?
that we could have lived in a world where this movie came out probably before the Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
It's
Suicide Squad maybe not have.
This was supposed to be May 20 right, or May or July 2020.
2020, yeah.
But they replaced it with Black Widow.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2023 after the holiday special.
After the holiday special, yeah. Oh, also, this movie is going to be focusing on adult group again. Groot's going to be back to adulthood.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right? I think Gunn teased that.
Yeah.
Still a different Groot. That Groot died.
So there's a lot of different plot points for all the characters, and Nebula is going to be more focused in this one.
I would really love to see Groot's like full power up of like going like massive tree mode. We got like a cool hint of it where like he was going against Thanos as a teen. He just dug his arms in the ground.
That was so cool.
Spiraled. It's really cool.
You better not fucking die. That's all I'll say.
I think somebody's going to die.
Oh yeah,
Drax. I didn't even mention Drax, but Drax might have a plot point for once, maybe, hopefully.
Is it Rocket?
Besides telling bad jokes like Guardians 2.
I like that.
Yeah, he was bad.
He was bad.
I like it.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Mantis, you're ugly. I'm like, is this funny?
This is not how this was written at all.
It was not good.
Evan James Gunn equal screenplay writing.
I mean, I like the Suicide Squad.
Nathan didn't.
I didn't hate it.
It's better than Guardians 2.
Is it though?
Yes.
No.
It's better than the Guardians 2 first 2 acts.
No.
It's better than Chris Pratt fighting a Pac-Man monster.
Nothing's better than that. Fight me. I don't care.
I gotta rewatch.
I'm not a huge Guardians 2 fan.
To me, I'm not either.
Me and Preston are.
Everyone says it's the superior one. Like, we're in the minority.
Everyone.
It's just not.
The first one is
Point
like...
those people to me, please.
The first one is near
It's a
perfect.
banger. Like, it does not miss on any level.
Any level. Man, the first one's great. Man, it's so good.
Y'all need to look past jokes and, like, attach...
No, it's not even the
Every
jokes.
other line is a joke.
No,
Yeah.
it's not every other line.
The best way I could describe it, it gets to the point where, like... You know in Infinity War where... Gamora and Star-Lord are having that emotional scene where she's like, please kill me if blah blah, and then Drax is in I hate this, he's in the background, eating peanuts, I'm still blah 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 blah.
Oh, it's here the whole time.
Guardians 2 is like
here.
that, like a lot of the time for me.
Yeah. It's like, we can't have one emotional
I know
without a joke coming.
but then by the end it gets so
Yes, we
emotional.
can, and there is.
Third act is really emotional.
Yeah, it just it basically wins me back. Like it does. Like it really does.
Yeah.
It just
We're gonna commentary it, and you're gonna be.
I'm gonna get back on.
We'll just like Far From Home definitely happened.
And one of the worst James Gunn jokes of all time is in Guardians 2 with the Nebula ripe joke with the orange, right? And she's like, "It's ripe" or something like that. Where she's like,
I don't even remember that.
It's not ripe. I'm like, this is bad.
The joke came in
bad
threes.
joke. I'm like,
I don't know why you're so hung up on that.
There's a ton of bad jokes in that movie, and they try to get you emotional, and it's like it's not working. the rocket thing is like, oh, it's a good scene, and then it ends with the.
I remember when all the reviews were coming out for that movie, and it was like, it's the Empire Strikes Back of blah,
No
blah, blah,
way.
because
Who said that?
No way.
no, they did because all the reviews were Guardians 2 pulls an Empire Strikes Back and splits up the crew, yada yada yada.
No.
Every review I read,
Only Star Wars thing I remember is from the first Guardians and a TV spot from a critic quote that said it's Star Wars for a new generation.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I was like, that's
swear.
a lot.
Every sci-fi movie.
All right, watch. I will go on. I think this was a Collider review. I'm gonna go on Collider right now and just look up.
It's Harloff's review.
Harloff did not like Guardians 2. He's the same with me.
Really?
I did not like that movie. No, it's just too many bad jokes.
I laughed.
I'm not happy, Bob.
I have audience reaction of people laughing.
Those 30 people in Florida validate Nathan's.
Excuse me, over 100 in my IMAX. Thank you.
I was trying to guess like how many people go to an average theater screen, but over 100 in the same theater, is that normal
For IMAX?
By the way, speaking of
Two
IMAX,
locations.
I have my theater for Dune next Friday or next Thursday at 6:45. But I did not know I have a parent-teacher conference that lasts till 6:30. So
Cut that short. Cancel reschedule.
I'm about to reschedule.
Reschedule what?
Priorities.
Dune, because I have a 6:40.
No, reschedule parent teacher.
Oh, that too maybe.
Dang.
What?
Well, I moved my Dune to Thursday now because originally it was going to go Friday.
I plan to do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but now I might just have to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But there's gonna be spoilers on the TL.
Oh, we looking good?
Jeez.
I don't need spoilers.
Wait, is the dark gray the filled seats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No one sits in the middle. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, I was reserving spots for AMC. I'm like, I don't know what AMC theaters look like anymore. So I'm like, what is a good seat for to be like in the middle, but not the middle? Because like at AMC, there's like that barrier, and I don't want to say like it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Damn, the opening night's looking even better.
Before we move on to the next subject, since we're talking about Dune, what do you guys think the box office is going to be like for Dune? Because this is the last time we talk about it.
15 million.
Box Office Pro has in between.
I'm gonna wait real quick before what that estimate says. Let me come up with one on the phone.
Actually, me and Evan were talking about this on the timeline the other day. That was my estimate.
60 million.
I would love that. Actually,
I would
kill for that. I think I forget what we talked about, Carson, but I think we talked about worldwide, right?
Yeah, we were talking about. Actually, we were talking about. We said north of 40 million is a win.
Is a win. Yes. Okay.
Worldwide?
No, opening weekend for. Can you?
I'm dead ass. I was like, why the fuck would you go that long?
It's already over 100 million. Okay.
All right, I haven't been following the fucking now.
You haven't been following the day-to-day hour.
Anyways.
I don't know it all.
Yeah.
I literally look up Dune box office every day.
I do too.
Make me pull the nerdy Schnepp impression.
I love Schnepp.
So his Transformers Edge of Extinction review.
So
Edge of Extinction.
Box Office Pro has upped their prediction 4% from last week. They have the range from 42 to 52, and they have for the opening, and then the domestic totals legging out from anywhere between 95 to 145. I think.
Well, that's a big.
It's a big gap. I think if this movie does like 45 million opening weekend and does 130 total, that's a huge win for the movie.
I agree 100% because I think it had basically 2 weekends to itself. It's gonna be number one next weekend. It's gonna be number one the weekend after that because Soho again. We've been seeing it for months now.
They'll beat it out. Yeah,
it's not gonna be a big movie. I think Soho and Antlers are just next year or next week after Dune. So. Yeah, I think 45 to 50 million would be great. And then it drops like what, 50% next week, gets like what, 20 million the week after that. Yeah, I think it'll leg it out really well. Yeah, I think it'll really get out really well. Internationally, it's already at like 150, so this thing can do like 300 million.
And all the new markets just opened
Since
today.
you're already on there, what was Blade Runner's final? I think it was like 280 for Blade Runner
Oh,
overall.
worldwide?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I believe it's like 280, 290 or something for Blade Runner worldwide. But I think this could double Blade Runner, which would be a big success.
Yeah, I think it can too.
Not including whatever WB thinks is a success via streaming. Like, what do they
Blade
get?
Runner was 258 million.
Ooh,
Um,
less than I thought. Yeah.
and domestically it did 92. So I think Dune will at least beat that by $40 million. And that's with the streaming component. So that's big. And then Dune is basically already way surpassed Blade Runner's international totals. And the major thing too is Blade Runner 2049 was released in China and only did $11 million. I think Dune will like 4x that in China. It's so interesting because I was saying
Wait,
in like
say it again for Blade Runner in China. You said 11 million.
only $11 million, and for comparison, like Rise of Skywalker, like just as another reference point, did like 20 something, and Last Jedi did like 50. But then like space movies like The Martian, Interstellar all did well over 100. So it's just so
I'm
curious how it's
very
gonna play
curious to see how
because
it plays
we don't
out.
really have an exact comparison for it.
No, we don't. Yeah, at least it's not Star Wars. I think it will hopefully grow
Yeah.
more than Star Wars.
I think it'll be broader. I hope it can do at least 30 to 40 million in China, if not more.
That'd be solid. 30 to 40 to 50 million would be great.
Yeah.
Overall.
And then hopefully the worldwide, all said and done, will be around 500 million. Is
I
what
would love-
I think.
But 400 is the magical number for sequels.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even though it did cost like what 150 for this movie? or
165
165?
plus marketing.
Plus market. Yeah, so 200.
Yeah.
So yeah, 400 and above would be great because of course you got to include streaming.
Yeah.
So that would be.
And
Awesome.
I think it's honestly since 3 months ago, I think from 3 months ago to now, I think it's way more achievable to like get there.
Yeah, I was
Like,
so
honestly-
skeptical.
Yeah, me
months
too.
ago, but when I saw those international numbers, I'm like, okay, there are people.
It's
wanting
like
to-
doubling all Blade Runner 2049's market. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. So
And Blade Runner made like what you said opening weekend like 28, 29 million. So
yes, what did it open to?
if we double that,
32 million opening weekend.
if it doubles that, oh man, that would be quite the headline.
That'd be insane.
I'm excited. I think Dune's. It's already. I don't want to lock it in as my favorite movie of the year without even having seen it, but
I'm excited. So I'm gonna see it.
Beyond excited.
I'm gonna see it Thursday, and then I'm gonna go home on Friday, and I'm gonna see No Time to Die with my dad either Friday night or Saturday, and I'll
Oh,
probably catch Dune
nice.
again in between after that.
Would that be your
Oh,
third time
boy.
seeing Bond or second?
Second time only.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, I hope I like it. This happens more often than you think, where everyone's just like so anticipated, like it's so incredible, you gotta see it. And I go and I'm just like,
Except you'll be able to rewatch it on HBO Max, so we can change your mind.
Yep.
against your better wishes, that's how I'm watching it first.
We do another.
No.
But then the following day, I'm there.
We could do a commentary like in December on Dune.
I'd be down.
We can do one now.
No.
No. But other news. To move on, Will Poulter. So Spider-Man had some talk yesterday on
Oh yeah,
W.
I remember this.
Some big press words from our boy Tommy Holland.
Dominic.
Dominic Tholothins.
Yeah. From Cherry fame.
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry. I never even saw that movie.
I didn't.
Neither.
None of us saw it. We were like,
Uh,
"Oh, Cherry's gonna be this like the next Oscar
Fucking
winning."
Russo brothers are back. Let's go.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was like pretty
Speaking of
good.
bad quotes, okay, continue.
That quotes.
Wow.
There's a Russo quote going around. But
Oh no, I haven't heard it yet.
Uh-huh.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the only big press line or press quote from Tom yesterday was, oh, actually, there's a couple. So the big one is that this is the end of a franchise. He said for Spider-Man. This is the end of Spider-Man as we know it from the past 3 movies. Basically saying this is the end of a trilogy. Yeah. Of course, as we always talk about, there's always going to be more Spider-Man movies. But yeah, this is the end of a trilogy for his character. He also noted that there's going to be more hand-to-hand fight sequences. Him and John Watts talked to each other a lot during the making of this movie for more visceral action. Also, that it was a very emotional last day for him, Jacob, and Zendaya because they don't know when the last time they're going to see each other all on set on the same whatever again.
Yeah.
But I don't think that means anybody's going to die. Cough, cough. Rumors. But,
I think it means they're not going to remember Peter.
I think so too. That's the main question of the movie, right? It's like we know the inciting incident is that their memories are going to get taken, but at the end of the movie, is it going to stay like that, or is he going to reverse it? So
that great power, great responsibility is going to get in the way, and you can't do it.
Yeah,
the ultimate protection.
So yeah, this is interesting. In No Way Home, is he still going to be a junior, right, by this point, or a sophomore?
He was a freshman in Homecoming.
He was a freshman in Homecoming.
Then
I thought he was a sophomore in No Way Home, right? New Year.
Yeah.
Is he going to end this trilogy by being a junior and not? Are we going to even see a graduation? I'm so used to seeing graduations in my Spider-Man movies.
What if we get a slight time skip at the end when everything's wrapped up? Would you like?
Yeah,
that?
you might get like a montage of just
montage sequence.
Last schools, we're done here. We're gonna enter that. Go to ESU.
I wouldn't mind that.
Carson laughs in 90s animation.
That's the lab, dude. This is so funny. Oh, he's gotta go back to the.
But yeah, seeing Tom go to college.
Michael Morbius.
It seems so fast for Tom to go to college, though. Like, it makes it. Tom is like my age; he's 25. But like, I don't know. It feels like we just saw Homecoming, and that was only like 4 years ago. I don't know. I'm excited for the.
Is that 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I'm excited for his next stage or whatever they do, because there's already
with the
Sonyverse, and then
do you think they hold it over in one film in the Sonyverse in an appearance, and then take a little break before the trilogy? So like, instead of a 2-year gap, like normally between these movies, it would be 3 years until the next first film in the new trilogy.
Yeah. So if we go off the original timeline, it would be 2023 Spider-Man 4, but I think 2024 would be Spider-Man 4,
more
especially
realistic,
because John Watts is leaving to do Fantastic Four. We can get a new director in that time period. It'd be 3 years. Yeah, so I think 2024 for Spider-Man 4 makes sense. And we'll have games to tide us over. Spider-Man 2 coming out soon.
And Venom, whatever happens with the post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah, that was a scene.
I'm ready to discuss it.
But yeah, Nathan, how do you feel about this being the end of a franchise for Spider-Man?
Can't believe the end of an era. They're coming back.
They're all coming back. It's like
can't fool me, Dominic.
He threw the bottle.
He threw the ball. It's his own place. No rules. Except my depression.
Dark. Oh my god.
Anyway.
me every day.
FaceTime me anytime.
Yeah, man.
I have 2 people in my contacts for FaceTime. You and Katie. It's an iPad. I don't use it often. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I like the prospect of the moving to the college trilogy. Edgar Wright directed would be awesome. It ain't gonna happen, but God, I could dream.
Not at all.
They squashed beef from Marvel. It's all right.
Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man 4 for the next trilogy. Yo, that would be insane.
Oh, you throw that out.
I mean, because this guy's already coming back to do Doctor Strange 2. Anything's possible at this point.
Dude, if Raimi helmed a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie,
I would go
unity across the Spider-Verse Twitter.
Well, actually, bring back my man Mark Webb.
You know what? Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
You guys, ever since the rewatch, I've been still thinking about Amazing Spider-Man 2, of the highs of that movie.
500
Everything removed, like just those individual scenes, like of just them, like
it's the Peter and Gwen.
oh,
Dude, Nathan always retweets those Amazing Spider-Man GIF accounts.
yeah.
And I'm like, the visuals peaked at the Amazing
It
Spider-Man.
was really good.
Movies.
Yeah,
Really
those were
good.
sick visuals, sick. And we haven't gone there since. So, Mark Webb or Sam Raimi? Where's Mark Webb been? I miss the guy.
he's directing.
He's chilling.
What is he doing?
He's gaming Garrett.
Was 500 Days? Was that after the Spider-Man movies?
That was before. That was his first film, I think. And then they were like,
Oh,
"Hey,
wow.
want you know how a white indie director is like gets one hit, and they're like, "Hey, you want Rogue One? You want Spider-Man?"
You're not wrong.
You want a
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Let me
Do you
see what
spell M-A-R-C? Is it
MARC WEBB.
his last movie was Gifted with McKenna Grace
Oh,
and
with-
Chris Evans,
Yeah,
which
we have
was
to see
great.
it.
I love that movie. It's really good. I nearly cried. I didn't nearly.
Good praise. That's a good praise from you, though.
Yeah.
I got What If playing in the background on mute.
Oh, you mean mid-if finale?
I'm gonna fucking fight you.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Well, I think we're nearly done with the news section. Actually, Spider-Man, Will Poulter, Denis Villeneuve wants to do a Bond movie, which is hell yeah.
That's all like Will Poulter has been cast as Spider-Man.
Oh.
Sorry,
Denis Villeneuve
also.
wants to do Bond, which I think is very exciting.
Oh yeah, Mark Webb he's doing the Snow White movie next, and then also he's now attached to do the Your Name live action,
which is never happening.
which is never happening. So just
Yeah.
Snow White with our girl Rachel.
Which I think is gonna
Wise?
be amazing.
McAdams? Which one?
The young
You can't
one.
throw me out over Rachel Wise. How dare
The
you?
young
The
one.
one-
I thought you were
the-
kidding. Yeah, it's Rachel, the girl from West Side
West
Story.
Side Story.
Oh, Rachel
Zegler.
Okay, cool. There's a lot of good Rachels out there.
It's Rachel Ziegler. No,
A lot of good Rachels.
Yeah, there are a lot of good Rachels.
West Side Stories in like 2 months. Kind of
Crazy.
crazy. Because they haven't really started marketing yet.
They got this crazy.
Because they
Yo, my new theater has this crazy West Side Story standee that's like rigid into like the different like.
Oh,
sides.
does it have like?
Rachel's on there is like full. Like hell yeah.
I feel like I see West Side Story trailers all the time. I feel like it's marketed pretty well.
Yeah, and I always see the shot of the shadows like going across back. I don't know. It's super cool.
Yeah, I love it. Commentary, the original West Side Story.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Haven't
whoa,
seen it.
whoa, guys!
Take his card away.
Wow! Take your film card away, guys.
What year did it come out? 1960 something?
60-something, I think.
62, 67? I don't know.
64.
Movie release dates? Yeah, I have no idea when.
Where's Scott Mance when you need him?
I know, right?
That's
I
what it is,
saw
right?
that movie in theaters.
There was a time, man, I could lock down also every movie release day. And not
I'm good, like in the 2010s. Before that, I'm just
Yeah,
like, ooh.
before that.
I was like, oh, you want Days of Future Past? Oh, May 24th. Like
2014.
I was watching
yeah.
Schmodown yesterday, and the question was, what was the release date of Leonardo DiCaprio's Wolf of Wall Street and Great Gatsby? And I got it like within 3 seconds, and he got it wrong.
Was it Wolf of Wall Street in the summer 2013? Or was it?
Nathan, what's your guess?
I was really late to the
I thought
Wall
Great
Street
Gatsby
game.
was later in the year. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
But
Gatsby
Carson,
was-
you're right. It was 2013. The guy said 2014. I'm like, come on, it's 2013.
For Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 20. That's like ingrained in me. Like I'm just like
They
dash
named both- They named
2013.
both movies. They said Wolf of Wall Street and Great Gatsby. And I'm like, Wolf of Wall Street's definitely 2013.
When was Great Gatsby?
Also 2013.
Yeah, that's
It was
what I
the same
thought
year.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
They named both movies that came out in the same year, and he had to guess which year.
Oh, which year it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said 2014. I'm like, that lost him the
Nathan
match.
hasn't seen Wolf of Wall Street. Remember this?
No,
You
I have
haven't?
now. I have now.
Oh, you did watch it?
Yeah, in the last like.
Oh, Wolf of
year.
Wall Street was December 2013. And what was Great Gatsby?
Wow.
That was definitely a summer movie, right? Which is a good soundtrack. I liked it. I actually liked the soundtrack.
Yeah,
People
Wolf of
hate
Wall
it.
Street was pretty good.
Pretty good. That's it.
Great.
Pretty, very good. What do you want?
Okay, I accept.
I like
May 10th, 2013
these damn tragic
was
settings,
Great
like-
Gatsby.
6 days after my birthday.
God, look at this amazing finale. What if? What the fuck's wrong with Carson?
But yeah, I think we can dive into our reviews now. So we're going to dive into What If, Bond,
those
and
Mjolnirs.
Venom.
Right. If Great
and no
Gatsby
time
can
to
open to 50 million, Dune
I
can
said
do
Bond.
it too.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Holy
What if,
sh!
Bond, and Venom.
Great
Wow.
Gatsby costs $190 million. Are you freaking kidding
Jeez.
me?
Wow. It was visually like...
Costs more than Dune.
That's
There's
CG
a
New
lot
York,
of
am I
CGI.
right?
Yeah, the CG New York was big. Remember that whole the
Yeah.
highway that they're on? All CG.
God damn.
I actually like the Great Gatsby book a lot. It's a good book. Did you guys have to read that in high school?
Yeah.
Have to? No. I
Oh,
that was-
speaking of which, the Great Gatsby director is directing his first movie since that movie, and he's doing the Elvis biopic, it looks like, which is coming out next year.
Great Gatsby said in the 1920s, and now we have Elvis.
Now we have
Who
Elvis.
directed The Great Gatsby?
His name is, where'd it go?
F. Scott Fitzgerald. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
Bays,
That's the author.
But
Boz
do you know,
or Bays Luhrmann.
but do you know who directed Oz the Great and Powerful?
He's Australian.
Why do you know that name?
Because it's Sam Raimi.
Oh, wow.
I think that was the same year as Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, this guy directed 1996 Romeo and Juliet and
So long.
Moulin Rouge.
Oh.
Okay.
I've never seen Moulin Rouge.
I need to watch it in full. But I own it.
Yeah,
Commentary. Ewan
I
McGregor.
had a
and Nicole
DVD of
Kidman.
it a long time ago.
I wouldn't
I
mind
bought-
that.
There was Voodoo had a bundle of The Greatest Showman and Moulin Rouge, and I was like,
Oh,
sold.
really?
Yeah.
But let's dive in. We have an hour and 11 minutes in. Let's do What If first.
What if Carson liked it?
What if Carson liked it? I had a good time with the What If finale. I thought
Me
it
too.
was. I mean, it's pretty goofy, and there's a lot of like logical things to get through. But it's an animated show. I didn't really think too hard about it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's trying to do an Avengers movie in half an hour, 35 minutes.
That's what the season was.
And I thought it was really fun. Like this was meant to be a very fun Avengers-like What If episode, and I think it continued that. It's not going to be the most emotional or drama-filled, but
I thought
it was a very entertaining event style episode.
Let's start with what worked for me because
Okay, yeah.
I do think I think ironically I think the emotional thing of Black Widow's character really was the highlight.
Mm.
it is
for
for
me.
Ultron and her universe in the finale.
Yeah, and I really do like how it ended and came down to that Watcher doing this compromise of a choice. I thought that was a really smart way to end it.
Yeah.
It just didn't have the same like weight to it as the last episode where it felt like the end of the world. Like it felt, I don't know, for some reason it just felt like
The end of the multiverse.
That is the logical thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because it happens in anime, it happens in cartoons all the time when they overpower a villain to omnipotence,
Yeah.
and you expect me to believe that he ate a galaxy,
Yeah.
and he can't defeat 7 random people.
I'm watching right now. Doctor Strange.
Doctor
just
Strange holds it
swallowed-
down. I know, yeah.
He just swallowed the fucking soul stone to undo an explosion of a universe. Like that shit was so good.
yeah.
Oh, I like the
He really
here
killed
because
it.
I didn't watch Daredevil, and is this the actual Preston, not the other miscellaneous cowboy fan that was here?
It says more. It's his face.
it's this.
Is this actually Preston?
I love
That
the way
is
it's
Preston.
asked.
That is
I'm
Preston.
kidding. I'm kidding. Preston, there was another Preston that came in weeks ago.
No, his name wasn't even Preston. It just said like
You just assumed.
It is Preston.
You assumed this random man was like, "Oh, that's Preston."
Because it was like a Cowboys fan, wasn't it?
yeah, and he started talking with Ben about football, and he was mentioning the Cowboys, and then I'm like, "Oh, hi, Preston, what's up?" Like, And then the guy was like, "No, I'm a Seahawks fan." Like, what are you talking about? It was really awkward because I was like, it was some random person watching our videos for the first time, and it wasn't. God,
we're so professional.
Having one of those moments.
Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at that finale.
Look at all those boxes and
I'm fucking aware. I'm aware. I don't give a shit. Look at that time stone power up. Fucking
so cool. I love that.
It's the Eye of Agamotto.
Dude, the visuals in this episode. Man, the visuals in that What If episode were fantastic.
So good.
I thought there was a lot of good wide shots that were just like
oh my God,
very appealing.
Split of souls and strange.
Yeah.
For a second. The frame rates and the fucking animation is so good.
I had a blast. Like when they're beating on Ultron with the Peggy and Black Widow beating on Ultron
with the shields.
With the shields. The whole I love a good magic battle. We saw that between Strange and Ultron.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Besides the Strange stuff, I don't know what it was. If they like used like some of the referenced fights in the MCU or like how the characters moved. I don't know. A lot of stuff felt recycled to me, like as they're hitting him. I don't know if you guys caught that.
No.
Did you get very like Civil War?
Yeah, like I can't explain it. It was just like visually, like I felt like I've seen like how they moved before, how the fight was going down.
Interesting. I didn't really get that.
But I think the Doctor Strange stuff did like just made me forget about that because there was so much going on with like the protecting with the spell, and I really did like that element of it.
Carson.
What? This is me 100%.
Yeah. No doubt.
But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like I don't know. I can't even tell you why. I
don't know. Maybe I was just in a good mood, but I thought it was like
yeah.
I heard other people say the same thing where they weren't really too impressed. But I thought, all in all, it was a very fun like finale. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the most emotionally conclusive, but I did have a good feeling at the end with the whole Black Widow stuff that Nathan mentioned. I thought everybody had a good conclusion to their arcs in their episodes. I really liked how we had a cliffhanger in nearly every episode of What If thus far, and all of that was kind of concluded a little bit.
Yeah, and this was the only episode to get like a second episode, kind of.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's where it.
Well, every universe is still kind of open ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like how their arcs continued based off of the ending of their episodes. I mean,
yeah. I do like that Natasha gets to live because she's literally the last person on Earth of her world and the universe, really, and she gets to like live out into the episode 3 universe where all the Avengers died. Because we see it's just Cap and America and Marvel fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in episode 3 universe was really good because that was a universe without a Black Widow, and they actually get their Black Widow back.
I thought you were dead.
Which was very sweet. It was very cool. That was the same episode with the murder mystery one, right?
Yeah.
Which was one of my favorite episodes.
They were combating Loki and his Asgardian forces.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was there. Captain America was there. Black Widow returns. It was very fun. But even in the episode, I liked Killmonger, what he was doing.
Yeah,
it made sense for him to betray the team. That was really cool.
It also was making sense that like with both Ultron and himself made out of vibranium, that just the connective flow of the stones over to him and the Ultron armor made sense. Like everything pieces together very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a cool. Like I wasn't not expecting that, but I was like, oh, when that happened, I was like,
it's just standing around as an Ultron with the stones. I'm like,
yeah,
what are we gonna do? Are they gonna cliffhanger me? But they keep
and then
going.
the Hydra guy comes up. It's like that's fine.
Yeah,
he was actually really good.
Watson. Yeah, it's great. Like
Preston's dipping. No,
what is that?
I failed him. I failed Preston.
Oh no. Dipping out of the cards to actually watch Daredevil. I'll watch whatever, I promise.
So many shows, so little time.
You failed this, Preston.
So maybe I can't start Squid Game because I need to watch Daredevil for Preston.
Watch Squid Game first.
Preston is disliked.
Are they gonna make a Squid Game season 2? I don't know. Probably.
There's cliffhangers. Yeah.
Okay.
There's room, but it's not like I need
It's
season
not
2
like cut in
now.
stone. Like
No,
we must go to the next building or what.
Exactly. There's cliffhangers. There's questions, but it's like one of those things where, like South Korea does, there's questions that could be answered. They don't need to be answered, and the director is very busy. It took him 4 months to write episode 1 and 2.
Oh wow.
So it's going to be very long until we see a season 2. It's not like next year. No.
So we got 2 new comments. Hold on.
Wait.
Thank you, Preston. I forgive you too for whatever I said.
We'll watch some Game to Squid. Guys, did Jared Leto make a cameo in the new Venom movie? No.
Yep, go support it.
He does not, but you should. We're gonna be talking about the post-credit scene in a second here. If you haven't seen it, you should probably dip out because some crazy implications.
You mean the only interesting thing in Venom 2?
No.
Hey now.
Hey, don't disparage
We had a
gay
whole
cinema like that.
we had a bromance movie going on here where they were just like moody and
gay cinema. I'm telling you.
It was. I'll die on that hill.
But before we talk about Venom, though, what did you guys think of the season overall for what it?
Oh yeah, good point.
Look, I'm a simple man. You play an Avengers theme on the show, but also, I thought it was phenomenal. I think it was like gorgeously animated. The voice acting was really there for me, especially Benedict Cumberbatch. God damn it! He also has voice actor training.
That episode, unreal.
That remains I'm telling you, my favorite Disney Plus thing. I don't care.
Nathan hyped me up, and I watched it. I'm like, man, it really hit. Like, it was very emotional.
Nathan has a lot of hyperbole for things, but this one
he does. Yeah. I love that episode. I think What If was very fun. It's not my favorite Disney Plus thing. I think it's like my 4th of the Marvel shows so far. But even then,
like the other like shows have like a lot more like
depth.
Overall thing from in depth for me. But like, goddamn it, it's just episode 4 solely is all I'm talking about. It's just my favorite.
I agree, and I think after the first episode, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, is it just going to be like a certain movie, and then a certain decision changes that movie, and like because the first episode was Captain Carter, and it was just like a riff on the first Avenger. But after that, every episode was very unique. I didn't really hate a single episode. I didn't like the Thor one, but even then, there were some funny things in it. Like there was always something in each episode that I really liked, and especially like I said, week to week. The genre changes from each episode is really fun. Like a murder mystery. The Black Panther episode was excellent.
Yeah. And there's some intrigue stuff with Agent Carter coming with a Captain Carter coming back up.
We didn't talk about that. The Captain Carter post-credit scene had her.
Even before that, God damn it, she's going back and she was like, "Don't I deserve my happy ending?" Like,
yeah, that was good.
I was like, "Are they gonna end game me twice?"
But yeah, she sees that in the boat from Winter Soldier, that boat after she defeats
the Lemurian Star,
the Leaper or whatever. Yeah. Dang! How do you know that?
I'm watching the episode.
I'm like, geez, Nathan, quite.
Wait, am I missing something? There's a post-credit scene.
Yeah. You watched the post-credit scene?
No, I didn't know there was a post-credit scene.
It wasn't even at like the very, very end of anything. Like, pull it up right now. Motherfucker.
All right.
This will change. This is gonna change the whole tune.
It won't. But
maybe I did watch it.
Disney Plus is gonna freeze on
with Peggy and Natasha after everything.
No.
But yeah, it's very like interesting because they're in the Lemurian Star. They go down and they say this is what the Baltrox, the Leaper, and them were defending.
This is what they're there for. It's not Natasha like getting secrets for Shield, which is also Hydra. They're actually there for the recovered Hydra Stomper, and someone's inside, and you can see vitals are pumping. I believe they are also addressed to Steve. So
so it's Steve in his like armor from. Or it looks like new armor. Can't have the same armor or new armor.
I think it's the same, but I think there also remains like an open-ended question: Is Steve the Winter Soldier in this timeline?
Exactly. Like
I'm paused that 30 minutes and 28 seconds.
That finale ended. He was like, "I'm out."
There's 1 minute left. Press play.
So yeah, I'm very curious to see like a Winter Soldier Steve. That sounds very cool to me.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Just as emotionally impactful between Steve and Bucky in that movie.
Agreed. And yeah, the season 2, the writers for WandaVision already said like one of the episodes is definitely going to be a continuation of that storyline. Speaking of continuations, we didn't mention Gamora was in the finale. This Gamora was we didn't see her episode because of COVID,
right?
But
there was
her
a
episode,
whole there was a whole Lego set of there were 2 What If Lego sets, and one of them was Tony Stark's Hulkbuster built from Sakaar, which also included Valkyrie and the Watcher as minifigures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Valkyrie and the Watcher on Sakaar. Iron Man got his armor on Sakaar, and then there's Gamora, who presumably killed Thanos and got her own armor, and they're working together.
Oh, Steve!
Yeah, they're destroying. And in the beginning of this finale too, they're like destroying the Infinity Gauntlet with the dwarf, the Peter Dinklage dwarf, who still has his hands. Thanos cut him off.
That was cool.
How do you feel now, Carson? Are you 180?
I love it. Let's go.
All I need. So I'm excited to see Gamora's episode because she felt kind of out of place in this episode. But I'm interested to see what her episode is actually about. And in general for season 2, I hope we get to see some Phase 4 stuff like Shang-Chi.
Yeah, they did say there was a
Black Widow.
Oh goddamn it! I'm watching the finale right now, and the Watcher's just like so sympathetic to Natasha, saying your stories are everything to me, motherfucker, making me cry. Oh, he cares.
You do care.
So we were saying like I can't interfere, motherfucker. You just did.
I know.
Preston's in chat. Not me, hoping Carson. Oh, I didn't. I failed. Too funny.
What do you say?
Oh, they're just roasting me about Daredevil.
Oh, in the chat.
Shall we review
the chat?
Venom Cinema?
Let's do Venom first, then Bond. Let's end on a high note.
Hey now, I'm gonna Spider-Verse the hell out of you for a second. My high note.
Let's talk about the movie of Venom first. Yeah. I feel like people always talk about the post-credit scene.
Everybody give like their 20-second spiel about like your tagline of how you liked or didn't like this movie.
Venom: Let There Be Carnage is 2019 cinematic masterpiece. I got the link 2021.
Okay, Chris Stuckman at the beginning of his video. Jesus.
Yeah.
No, like
starring Tom Hardy, directed by Andy Serkis.
My bullet point list here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything with Eddie and Venom was so good.
I agree.
I loved every second, and I didn't want to leave. Everything with Carnage was a different movie, and the camp just kind of canceled itself out, and they tried to like ground it in like their relationship with like the other thing. I just felt like they spent way too much of the 90 minutes on it, and then I didn't really like it.
Tag teaming.
Nathan.
Tag him in.
I agree. Everything Eddie and Venom related is the best things ever. I actually do enjoy quite a bit the Carnage storyline. I just think it's not long enough to develop properly.
Fully, yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, for an hour, like this movie could have been like solid 2 hour.
No way.
More time. What?
2 hours? No way.
And to me, it's interesting because one of my weak points with the movie is it felt so long. It was one of those movies that felt like a 2.5 hour movie, and maybe it was because I saw it at like 9 o'clock at night.
Probably. I watched this movie twice now, and I thought I'm just having a blast the whole way through.
I think it's very quick, and that's one of the weaknesses for the movie for me. I felt like it goes through a lot of plot points so quickly that when it ended, I'm like, wait, what did I just watch again? There's so many characters that are just unmemorable. Naomi Harris is wasted in this movie. Her character is pretty bad.
It's so wild. I'm seeing Naomi Harris in this and No Time to Die back to back.
I know, and yeah, it's a big difference. And
my brain was like processing too in memory. I was just like, I know her, and she's in the Pirates trilogy.
But I don't really like the whole Carnage and what's her name? Screech.
Shriek.
Shriek. Yeah, Shriek. Their storyline wasn't what I expected. I wanted the Venom and Carnage thing, that conflict to be more developed. It wasn't as
They had no initial fight either.
They had no
it was
initial
only
fight.
the thing in the church.
There was no
also,
like conflict between them. No
between
dilemma.
Venom and Carnage themselves. Yeah, that just comes that does come out. Like they have like set thing. Like obviously, Eddie
There
and
only can be one.
Streak and the cop. But not with Venom and Carnage. It's just I think they had like a quick line describing that like for some reason Carnage can only be like the remainder symbiote for like some power thing. It's not fleshed out well, but
it just wasn't appealing because I think with the appeal of Venom versus Carnage, it's what I talked about with First Class, where it's like you get the Professor X and Magneto thing, and I wanted like a good emotional. I wanted a good some kind of like internal conflict between Venom and Carnage for a reason why they're fighting together.
Right, at least something serviceable where I could be like, okay. And
it's why I don't like BVS, or at least the theatrical. It's like they don't have a good reason to be fighting each other. So it's like
it would have been like a cool quick development of just being like, hey, Carnage being like, hey, you are like Venom is my father, but also Venom is just like rejecting him because of his insanity impulses.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Two things also on top of that, it's like Carnage himself wasn't as developed as I would have liked. His performance from Woody Harrelson was good. I like Woody Harrelson a lot, and seeing him go crazy was fun. But Carnage as a character wasn't as developed as I'd like. They literally give us a slideshow of his backstory, with him killing his grandparents and killing parents. I'm like, give us something more than a 2-minute, like less than that, like a minute slideshow. It did look cool. It was really cool. But I wanted something more from Carnage.
Yeah, and I like the positive for Carnage. I like the look of him. I thought he looked perfect. I like how he sounded.
Agreed.
The voices,
the prison scene was cool. I did like that.
It's cool. Like, watching it in IMAX both times when he just like shouts "Let there be carnage." Like the fucking speakers just screamed, and I was just like, "Shit!" Like
Carnage.
Oh fuck! And the roar is so good. I'm like, back in the we're in the fucking church. Like, oh my god, it's so fun. But yeah, obviously it's not like the most groundbreaking piece of thing I've seen. If it was, it would have been top tier. But yeah, again, the positive is the best part is Eddie and Venom. I really do. It really is a like non-traditional like relationship between them. It very much is by the end. I mean, like by the end, once again, like Eddie doesn't end up with Anne, like the first film. Like,
yeah, and I like that because part of me thought that it would still like be about winning her back in a sense, but it really doesn't go that angle.
Right.
Which I liked because Eddie's not a good guy. So it wouldn't make sense for him to.
Well, I think he's a good guy now. It's just he's in.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just in a different circumstance. Of just like he's not normal.
I wouldn't be friends with Eddie in real life.
Well,
let's just say that
he's like always talking to an alien inside him. It's
even before
less
that,
privacy as well. It's like things are weird.
True. But like you could, continue. Nathan.
But it also is just like a full on like. I'll say fucking romantic development between them. It's just like because they legit go through like a whole like breakup,
yeah.
Scene, frankly a domestic dispute. Fucking and like they like part ways. Venom's coming out.
Oh my god, when he destroys the bike, funniest shit I've ever.
God damn, that poor TV. I felt so sad. But yeah, Venom takes out. Like, he straight up says like he's out of the Eddie closet. So good.
That was funny. But even I liked a lot of the Eddie Venom stuff. I think that's the big positive of the movie. Mm-hmm. But even then, towards the beginning, I think there's a lot of wasted time. It's just them just arguing, him going to the nightclub, him talking to Mrs. Chen, all this stuff. I'm just like, let's get the plot going because like nothing of significance happens. And then Venom gets tired, and then in the end, Venom's like, you know what? I do miss Eddie, and they get back together again anyway.
Well, now we have to have a big apology scene.
Don't my bad.
That shit was so good.
Hold on, wait, dial it back a minute. He doesn't just like give up. He keeps like going host to host and killing them because he's just there's no perfect match and
off screen.
Not off screen. Well, okay,
right? Like you see like 3 of the hosts.
Yeah, you see him die like, and he switches bodies. Also, yeah, he does end up with Mrs. Chen. That then leads to they have to convince Venom to come along. Like it's not just like, all right, fine.
It's a 2-minute convincing scene. He's like, you know what? Yeah, fine, sure.
Hey, we got the final act to get to. I understand.
But they were rushing to get to the act, which was then okay.
Well, I honestly, I'm already like locked into this universe enough that like I like these characters, like straight up with like Anne and Mrs. Chen, like they're not like the most like developed people, but like I'm already like in the realm of this world, and I'm just like, all right, I like it. I'm here. If you're not here already,
I guess I didn't really like the third act for the reasons that Evan kind of said, but also like it kind of lost its charm that the whole rest of the movie had, in terms of like the friendship and the romantic thing, and all that was just kind of like big action scene, blob, church bell, and I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah. And that goes into my problem with Shriek, where I think Shriek was just there to be a weakness to Carnage.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't used as anything else. Like, they tried to develop that emotional, like, romance, like, between her and Carnage, which just never really worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just really,
Venom,
really like
I do like when Venom just eats the symbiote at the end.
Which happens in the comic.
That was disappointing to me. Like, is Carnage done after one misfire of a movie?
In this universe,
I'm like, oh jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you. Like, my friend said the same thing. I was like, damn, like he's really just like done like that. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, in this universe,
You can see
like,
that for every movie ever. Then.
Yeah, but
now
not every
he's
movie.
every
La La
comic
Land,
movie.
La La Land, they didn't end up together.
Every
in this
comic
universe.
Okay. Spoilers. Let's talk about the post-credit scene.
Okay.
Might as well. It's the most important part of the movie.
After
So,
the
is he
lovely
in?
ending on the beach.
Oh, that was
That was
a
so
great
weird.
scene. Great scene.
It was okay.
So,
Have fun.
Is he getting dropped into another universe? Is that my understanding?
What dropped him in there? Let's talk about that.
Nathan, break
That
us down.
confused me.
Ground us in this. Let's hear it.
This takes place before Far From No Way Home, right?
Right, like where is this relative to all this?
All right, so Evan's already rolling his eyes. Well, Evan, you want to go get a drink right now? Get a refill. I understand. All right, but all right. So yeah, effectively, I believe it's the cause of Doctor Strange's spell we see in the No Way Home trailer that links Eddie over into the MCU now, like other villains we see pop up alone.
So it is Doctor Strange.
I believe so. Yeah.
It looked like it took place before, because I feel like in the trailer for No Way Home, they
We can't gauge a Venom universe timeline. Really, for the MCU.
Yeah, I guess because like when they teleport, they see the newscast of everybody saying like Tom Holland is Spider-Man. But
Tom Holland in universe is his
or
name.
Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
I know.
But in the
It
trailer
looked like
for
a
No Way
continued
Home,
news report, like an ongoing report on it, maybe.
in the trailer for No Way Home, I interpreted it as after Doctor Strange does that spell, they're gonna forget that he was Spider-Man, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't think the spell gets completed and it goes awry into a different way. That's why the villains. That's what because I also had a theory that like the reason the villains fall into the MCU is because the spell is linked to Peter, but because it gets messed up and just like shot out of whack, that Spider-Man related interconnectivity starts flooding in.
And I knew it gets mixed up. I knew it gets messed up, but I thought the essence of the spell was gonna work. So in No Way Home, when he does the spell, people are still gonna know that he's Spider-Man for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but we got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I thought the spell was gonna work, but the multiverse was unstable.
That's exactly what I thought.
And then everyone was kind of fish out water for a second.
Well, yeah, that's why Strange is like all pissed at him because he didn't complete the spell and he's.
That's interesting.
They gotta go round him up.
I don't know, Chief.
I know, and
I feel like that has to be the reason, though. I think like you're right. I feel like Doctor Strange being the cause for Venom going there has to be the only reason at this point.
Okay,
it's not Wanda or anything.
Yeah, right.
Jumping back to the Eddie and Venom stuff, now that they're here, I would like to see the development of a conflict between these two characters.
Shut up.
Do you know what franchise we're in?
Hey,
no
development of conflict.
No, listen, because obviously, like,
can I pull up my thread on this actual matter?
Because like he's gonna be pissed that like you dropped me in. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what did you do to me? Like,
this is
Venom and I
wow.
feel like Venom's gonna be pissed at Spider-Man. I don't know.
Can I read like my quick thread?
Know.
Dude,
I can't
think about it. The best thing about Venom in the '90s Spider-Man show is that it's like literally like you ruined my life, Peter Parker. Like you suck.
Okay,
you're right because they had developed that. They don't do anything in this.
Well,
movie.
why can't they do that here?
Well, you can't. I have a pitch of how
any good development in 2 movies.
All right. Well, I have a pitch of how they could.
Okay.
Pitch it to me.
I made a Twitter thread.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how I would go about establishing the rivalry between Peter Parker and Eddie Brock in the future installments. Okay. By some means of events leading
garbage.
to...
I'm sorry.
Mute him.
No. I'll listen.
All right. By some means of events leading to Spidey and Venom to the same place where something is going down, have a sonic pulse split Eddie and Venom apart, plus a destruction of said facility separating them. Venom, who will die without a host, joins with Peter as that is his only choice. All right.
Makes sense.
All right. Sure. Venom, realizing Peter's strength, keeps him as a host so as not to keep killing everyone he merges with, which we saw in Let There Be Carnage. And Peter, while thrown off at first by Venom, quickly gets obsessed with the newfound power of the symbiote and keeps Venom for a bit to help fight crime more efficiently. Venom doesn't want to stay with Peter, but because of Spidey being of such higher strength, Peter can fight off Venom's like control over his body. And
why wouldn't Venom want to stick with Peter? Wouldn't you like that?
He wants to get back with Eddie.
He misses Eddie though.
Yeah, he wants to get back with Eddie.
Though Peter would be a better host at that point.
I don't think a better host. I don't think it's about that anymore. Like Eddie and Venom love each other.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down for that.
And on the flip side, Eddie sees news footage of Black Suit Spidey and is just as equally developing hatred for Peter for keeping Venom away.
Especially because he would die without Venom, right? Is that still the case?
No, I thought the whole heart condition was healed or whatever.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I think that's less of an issue because I mean they split them.
They could bring that back up.
They could, yeah. And so then like later throughout, Peter's morals begin to come back after friend and family encounters.
Classic arc with Venom.
And opts to ditch Venom. Venom reunites with Eddie. Now
he goes to church, right?
Sure. Venom reunites with Eddie, now sporting a clear white spider on his torso.
We get the camera, right?
Yeah. And a third act fight between Spider-Man and Venom ensue, leaving them equally hurt and on their separate ways. And then I also had like a quick like addition, I guess you could call it a post-credit of like, I think a great tease would be to introduce an MCU variant of Cleese Cassidy to become Carnage in the future. That way you can have a begrudging team-up of Spider-Man and Venom in a full-blown Maximum Carnage event film. And I also said, like, hell, you could even, like, set it in San Francisco where Eddie lives anyway with some quick Shang-Chi meeting interconnectivity or something. And that...
Interesting.
I think... I like a lot of that. I think it'll be too soon to do another Venom or do another Carnage.
Sure. I think
more
like later. But
Later.
So do you think this all takes place in...
Manhattan.
Venom 3 or
I don't know.
I think so.
It could be like instead of it being called like Venom subtitle or Spider-Man, it could be like Spider-Man Venom something.
I think the next time we see Venom versus Spider-Man, it would
this could be the X Factor film we were talking about of like in between what this next trilogy is going to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
I
could see it.
I could see that too. That's interesting.
Now will they listen to me? I don't know. We gotta
retweet
my thread. No.
But yeah, see again, I like that thread, but the past 2 movies have shown the writers and directors they do not care about that kind of development. No. Even the quote from the movie is like, we wanted Venom 2 to be this nonstop comedic. They didn't say mess, but I forget what quote they used.
Let me also send my thread in chat just so you can have visual aids. Because I have a lot of.
What was I gonna say? But what I think they do have nailed is the relationship between Eddie and Venom, and I like Nathan's idea of instead Venom being like, "Oh, I would stay with Peter because he's a better host," of Venom wanting to get back to Eddie, and then so we get a rivalry it's kind of reversed because it's going to start with Venom in a way, and Eddie's Eddie's remorse for Peter is going to grow because of his love for Venom. And so I think that's interesting if you work that in right.
It sounds interesting. It sounds difficult to write though.
Yeah.
If they both don't want
I just wrote in 5 tweets.
If they both don't want to be with each other, how long does that Spider-Man and Venom relationship last? They're both like, I don't want to be with each other.
Well,
Venom's
a movie.
Like,
2 acts.
No, but it's like, if I'm Peter and I don't want Venom, and I'm Venom, I don't want Peter, 2 minutes later, bye.
Well,
right? Or
well, my thing was Peter doesn't want Venom at first, but then like the power, corruption,
right,
strength.
It's interesting because Tom's a very different. It's not going to be as comic-y as it is in Spider-Man 3.
But it is though, right? Like it will be though, because Venom 2 is as comedic as Spider-Man 3's comedic scenes. Like. Right. They're built on comedy. These are action comedies at this point.
By comic-y, I meant like
a lobster scene, for example.
No, I meant like how Raimi's movies are very like.
I know what you mean. Campy, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I've been using the wrong word. Like it wouldn't be. It's just interesting. I feel like the tone would be different.
Out of the realism
aspect. Yeah.
Like more so than usual.
That's a good way of putting it. So it'd be interesting to see how Tom Spider-Man would mesh with that. I just think it would be different. Not saying they couldn't pull it off, but
true. Yeah. I think all in all, the post-credit scene did get me. How should I say? Not even interested. Intrigued. Because first of all, like I said up top, I was confused. I'm like, if Doctor Strange did that, why is Peter Parker still framed as Spider-Man if this took place after this spell?
Man, No Way Home is going to be
trip. In regard to that, I think Venom's only going to pop up in No Way Home in like a post-credit scene.
Yeah, no way he's going to be in the movie.
Tom Hardy straight up fucking sporting that crew cap for No Way Home that then got deleted. Which was before this movie even came out. Tom also, God damn it, Tom like teased this post-credit scene like 2 days into the release, not even, of Venom. Straight, he was like, "Are the rumors true?" Winky face.
Wow.
I was like, "Damn, dude."
But this is interesting stuff. We know Sony really wanted to do this connection between the two characters. I wonder how much interest, or I wonder how much input Feige had on that post-credit scene.
But how is this going to affect Morbius?
Because it seems like similar to like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that Sony is going to try their hardest to connect to the MCU, but the MCU is not going to try too hard to connect to Venom.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. Agreed.
So
exactly. So I think when Spider-Man 4 comes around, he's like, "Yeah, that stay with Venom last summer was pretty crazy, wasn't it?" So it's like, I think they're not even going to mention it.
It's like even if we think like Don Cheadle's Emmy Award nominated a cameo in Falcon Winter Soldier.
Exactly.
That like even though he pops up real quick, he's talking about like stuff with Sam and Cap. It's still within the realm of that. It's not like you're not going to be watching like fucking like Armor Wars and there'll be like there's fucking symbiotes around. Like nope, nobody cares. We're not doing that.
One last question too. So we know Morbius and Craven are still in the other Venom. Venom stuff. So. Wow. Are they going to are they also going to be in
it develops interesting like points because we keep seeing like the Toby design graffitied in the Morbius trailer.
Yeah.
With also a mix of Michael Keaton. But now there was also like a new set photo of like bus stuff for Daily Bugle that's displaying where is Spider-Man as a headline. Which I think could fuel into like the Venom post-credit scene of like things blipping around out of place. So yeah, it's definitely intriguing. I don't think it's going now. Again, I don't think like Michael Keaton's popping up into the Venom universe. I think Morbius is also going to pop up in MCU relations. But yeah, again, and it's just not going to like interconnect right away for anything. That's why that explains why we have Vulture in Morbius is because they're going to swap over stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'd be very interesting to see kind of what the holdover is that Sony will kind of not control, but like more of their plans will be laid out until the next trilogy happens.
Yeah. And like Nathan said there, like it's kind of interesting to see how Sony dives into multiverse stuff, because from Sony perspective, they haven't really had too much multiverse stuff. It's all been from the MCU with WandaVision, Doctor Strange, all that kind of stuff, and No Way Home now. So it's going to be interesting to see other movies of theirs connect to the multiverse. It seems like every company, Sony, Disney, MCU, DC, are all getting into the multiverse within the next couple of years now. So that's exciting. Yeah, Venom 2. What'd you guys rate it? Is this above Suicide Squad for you, Nathan?
It's not for me.
Not at all, but I think Nathan had it above Suicide Squad.
That little lowbrow anime chuckle. All right, let me check. On my list, I have the Suicide Squad at.
Mine's high. My Suicide Squad is still very high on my list.
Same.
My Suicide Squad's at 27.
Crime.
Okay. Venom is at number 11.
Talk about a crime from Grindelwald.
That's where I have Suicide Squad. I have Suicide Squad at 11, and I have Venom at 26.
Tom Hardy just like gets me, dude. Like all his scenes, I'm just like, hell yeah.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad is number 8. Number 12 for me.
My review of Let There Be Carnage on Letterboxd literally just says gay cinema.
Mine says, and they were roommates.
I know.
I put Venom behind Old.
Damn. Old is still my number 7.
Wow. I did not like Old.
We know. Have you guys seen Val yet, though? Great doc.
No. It's on Amazon Prime.
I should. Yeah.
I just haven't been in doc mood lately.
I'm not a huge doc person in general.
Carson, you love depression. It's your highest rated films.
You're right. You are right.
Yeah, I was looking at my favorite films. My all depression is like Prisoners, Gone Girl, 7.
Arrival.
I'm just like, give it to me.
Every Denis Villeneuve film.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Before we talk about Bond real quick, I watched Prisoners again the other day. So I'm
I didn't know you were doing a Villeneuve rewatch.
Yeah. I did Incendies, then Enemy, then Prisoners. I'm watching Sicario, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Prisoners, is just a perfect movie. I was watching it, I'm like, this movie, there's no flaws with Prisoners. It's like Hugh Jackman's best performance. Not my favorite. I still like Logan more. But then Jake Gyllenhaal, my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal character is Loki in Prisoners. I just love that movie so much. It's a fantastic movie. Denis Villeneuve is king. But let's talk about Bond, which blew me away.
Good.
Spoiler review, of course, for Bond. I think this year has been very good recently for blockbusters. Like, I love Shang-Chi, Suicide Squad, Bond. Like, all these high-budget movies have been really killing it. Even Free Guy. And Bond adds itself to that list because, holy crap, this movie, man.
It may be going higher. Well, okay, no, it's already never fucking mind. It's already number 2. I removed it.
It's incredible awesome. how much I've not only loved the movie on my first viewing, but keep growing on it.
As I keep thinking about it too.
Yeah. And I think this movie had so many challenges to kind of rebound from Spectre. It was delayed like 7 times. It changed directors. Remember, Danny Boyle was originally attached to this movie.
Wow, yes.
Before Fukunaga came on. And so, yeah, all these different things. And also, you had to make it a swan song as Daniel Craig's last hurrah in the role. And then it synthesized all these things into like, oh my God, I actually care about the emotional things in these movies. Even though, ongoing, it's like, yeah, you're watching a Bond, but it's like, okay, the action's going to be good. So it's fine. Like, the stuff, I'll maybe get emotional, like the Vesper stuff, but that's been a while since that. But this just hit me like a freight train, and I wasn't expecting it all to kind of boil down into like this emotional, cathartic experience, but it really worked. Like all of it.
Carson, you pointed out a really great little moment in the beginning of the film in the spoiler chat, which I also caught too. I didn't say it, but while I was watching, when Madeline is getting sent away by Bond on the train, she like puts her hand on her stomach.
Yeah, she grabs her stomach.
You didn't notice that at first?
No, I did.
Okay.
I did. Carson said it first in the spoiler chat, but Like when I was watching, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
I was sat between my brother and my dad, and we both elbowed each other. We're like, "Oh, she's 100%."
Nice.
At that moment, I'm like, "Oh no," for Bond. I'm like, "Oh no!" Like of course, like
Sealed the fate.
Western movies. I talk about this all the time. They love killing off their heroes, especially when there's like a new generation afterwards, like very Star Wars esque.
Right.
I'm just like, "Oh no!" I'm like, especially Iron Man too. Like Iron Man has a daughter. Next thing you know, dead. So it's like they love doing these things where they kill off their Western heroes. But for me, even though I didn't want it to happen, it really worked, especially after doing the rewatch of Skyfall, Casino Royale, Skyfall, Spectre, and now No Time to Die. I cared so much for Madeline in this movie.
Yeah.
Way more.
She's the cold open from.
She's a cold open, and she's a
story from Spectre.
I don't want to say different character, but like for some reason, I'm not even gonna say for some reason, because the writing of this movie, I cared about her relationship with Bond. It felt way more believable.
Dude, this scene at her original house right before they discover but like, and she's like, don't, she's like, don't, and it's like the sun's coming in. I'm like,
this movie was shot so well.
It was so good. Watching that opening, it's really rewarding to watch the whole like Bond series fresh. I was I was a little behind, so I had like to like catch up with watching stuff. So I was watching the Skyfall and Spectre the day I went to go see No Time to Die.
Wow, holy crap!
Which I'd seen them before. It's just been
right.
a while.
Oh, okay.
To refresh yourself, yeah.
Okay.
But then like coming right off of fresh of Spectre, and how she was talking about like in Spectre her story of like how it's like gun under her sink, like stuff like that, and that's in the opening.
Dude, let me ask you guys this: as we all watched the Bond movies before this, but my dad and brother didn't. They still liked the Bond movie, but there's a ton of things that you'll miss if you forgot about Casino Royale or you forgot about Spectre.
And see, I didn't do a rewatch before, and so it still hit for me much.
Okay, for Spectre, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go rewatch.
Oh, it enriches so much.
It enriches the hell out of Spectre, because I watched Spectre like a couple of days before Come to Die, and I'm like, I like the movie more than I remembered. It's still not very good.
I think it's pretty.
It's pretty decent. It just felt totally different from Skyfall, Casino Royale. And it's just very boring too. In the Madeline stuff, I was like, I just don't see them. Like Bond is wasting away he's leaving the job again for the fourth time.
All right, let me come in for some quick Spectre
with Madeline.
praise.
I'm like, I didn't really expect that in Spectre, but in No Time to Die, I felt so
yeah, dude, in the beginning where he thinks she's betrayed him, that ties all the way back to Casino Royale. And you know that moment in the car where it's like he's about to give up, man. He's like, fuck this. Like that close up of him, it's like so good. That was shot on a soundstage. I read an interview with Fukunaga, and they only could get so much on location, obviously. And I guess they were in the edit room. And they're like, we need a moment, like it's for Bond here because we need a close up because apparently he doesn't use close ups that much as a director. But he's like, we needed a close up, and we didn't have it from the location shoot in Italy, and so they shot that, and it's just like Daniel Craig like was somehow in the moment there. I was like, holy cow, like that's incredible because that's
so good.
That's like the whole catalyst of the movie right there is like. Man, this is the last kind of thing, and I'm either in or, I die here.
It was very smart of Fukunaga to reintroduce the Vesper stuff, which again, I'm like,
yes.
As a Bond fan, I remember Vesper, but my dad and my brother were like, who's Vesper again? But it worked very well because like that emotion's still raw after going to the grave and then being betrayed. It's like now he really feels like very betrayed by Madeline there.
Oh, dude, you know what I was rewatching? Well, I kind of started a write-up on this because I want to just, like, get my thoughts out, and I'm still working on it, but I went and rewatched the Casino Royale scene where he breaks into M's apartment, like, really our first kind of look right after the ginormous action scene. It's our first kind of look into his emotions of different things, and there's a quote by M where she's like, not that a blunt instrument would understand. She basically calls him selfish, and is like, you're just a tool. Like, basically just calls him a selfish tool for, doing all these things. And just to like see how much he's like, and just to see his smirk in that scene of like how confident and egotistical he kind of is, and just kind of in it, but then to cut all the way to No Time to Die. It's just remarkable how these films have kind of created a resurgence of a character that has grown over 4 films, rather than to create Bond films that are kind of these standalone adventure things, and you're in the moment. But it's interesting,
especially because like a majority of the James Bond franchise are like with the actors are like loose sequels. They really do try to be like standalone for every adventure. But this has like the Craig films have such a through line, like from the jump of
a very strong character journey for Craig. That's why I love Casino Royale so much, because he goes through a lot in that movie, and him like in that scene with M, he's wisecracky, he's smirking, he's a hot shot, but he's also very, like she said, a blunt, brutal instrument, but he's also for the job. He does everything he can for the job.
Yeah.
But by the end of the movie, he has the connection with Vesper, where he literally quits for the first of many, where he quits, and it really kind of redefines his career.
Oh, here's the quote. Sorry, I was pulling up my thing, and she says to him in the apartment, "Bond, this might be too much for a blunt instrument to understand, but arrogance and self-awareness seldom go hand in hand." And I just thought that was a really good quote. And then also I put in this piece, a quote from Fukunaga, who was talking about what he loves so much about this arc of Bond movies. And he said, "What I love about Daniel Craig's Bond movies is the emotional stuff. There are personal stakes and real losses. When I decided I wanted to do something outside of the independent film world, Bond was the character I identified with the most." So it's very interesting that, like, the spy movie of all things, where you originally go and you're like, okay, I'm going to get the action and all these things. It's crazy how much I've changed on that since a teenager, of like, I go to these movies now for like this kind of restructuring of what I thought the spy genre could be. So it's just very interesting.
Yeah, we come for the emotional parts of these movies.
I'm thinking of the sorry, like there's I'm thinking of the fucking AMC theaters, the Nicole Kidman intro. She has has a great line where she says like, "Somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this," and like
it does.
That isn't the fucking Bond films.
But for these spy movies, because it's funny, because when it came out in 2006, Casino Royale, they're trying to copy like these like action movies of the early 2000s where they're just like brutal, but even in Casino Royale, that emotional stuff really grabbed me.
Takes over in the third act.
It took over and it separated itself from a lot of other action movies in 2006. And by now, we come to these Bond movies for the emotional core of each movie. We come for the drama of the characters, not just the crazy set pieces. It's why I love, and I think Mission Impossible is the best action franchise, because Ethan's character journey is so well defined and so earned and awesome.
Dude, those nightmares and Fallout. Like...
Oh my God, it's so good. And I think that's why I love Bond and No Time to Die so much, because very similar to like Fallout, for example, the emotional core is so relevant and so impactful. And when I'm fighting back tears at the end of No Time to Die, oh my God.
It really is a swan song. Like,
beautiful.
It does separate itself too from Mission Impossible in a way, because we had to go close the door or open the doors, but it's not as thriller. It really slows down and lets us soak up the moment, which I think was a great, interesting choice. Some people like, the third act kind of like sizzled out. I was like, no, like I thought the pace, like this movie flew by for me, and I'll be curious to see how that happens again in my second viewing. It's a really fast movie, and I think it was perfect for it to kind of slow down and take its time for the goodbye.
It 2 hours 40 minutes?
Yeah.
How is that possible, man?
But only Interstellar do I know to be that long.
But very similar to the Blade Runner, which I think is 2 hours and 37 something minutes.
Right.
When it's a good movie, when you're very invested in the characters, it flows by. That's why I'm excited to go see Dune next week.
Let the spice flow.
Yeah.
Let the spice flow.
But, man, I mean, the stuff between Bond and Madeline. But we got to talk about the supporting cast of this movie. It's phenomenal.
Holy shit! Yes.
Jeffrey Wright comes back with the great swan song for
I'm bummed.
What's his name?
That scene was emotional as hell.
I'm like, no, that's Jeffrey Wright.
Could have had the spin-off.
Right? Like he's so. You could feel Jeffrey Wright was just having a blast on set. He was so
Felix.
energized. Felix, yeah, Phoenix Slattery, something like that. He was so
let's talk
energized in all the scenes. Anya Taylor.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, and Latasha
amazing.
Lynch, and I'm so glad they got Phoebe
Pierce.
Waller-Bridge to do some co-writing on this because,
Yes.
especially with Anna's character, she's only in it for like 15 minutes, but she feels like such a fleshed out like subversion of what the Bond girl typically is. I mean, from the start, especially when they're right in the closet, like, oh, like, don't you think we should talk? And she's like, no, like, your measurements, like, like that felt really clever. And then by the time, you know, they're
still
clicking
getting
drinks at
to
the
it.
end, it's like
Yeah,
3 weeks training.
3 weeks training. She's so fresh and new.
Yeah.
And lively
Give me the
and-
spin-off, man.
She was so amazing for the short amount of time she was in
Yeah.
there. Oh, and you could tell, like from Knives Out, they had great chemistry. Like they were
I
Incredible.
always keep forgetting that they
Completely
like,
different
were together in
characters,
that.
too,
It's
like-
so fun.
Yeah, even the scene you mentioned, Carson, when they're in the closet, he's joking around, like he's not gonna do anything, but he's just like should we ask me out for a drink first? And
Yeah.
It's just love their chemistry.
And the new 007, I loved her.
Oh, so
it,
fun.
it came from like, you know, like obviously she's gonna have a little bit of dismay for him at first because of this man has messed up the whole
a dick.
department.
Yeah.
He leaves a certain thing on the legacy of it all, and but by the end they become equals and friends, and I really love that arc.
I didn't expect her to relinquish the
The title.
status when they're on their way to the final mission. She's like, oh yeah, by the way.
And it didn't. It didn't feel snarky like meta to the movie of like, oh, he got it back. Like it felt like
Right.
genuine to them, and so I was really surprised by some of those moments that like maybe would have felt flashy otherwise, but really worked in terms of the characters in this movie.
I think
One
it
of the-
works so good because they had like those different moments bouncing back and forth, like jabbing at each other in M's office, which is so fun.
I was about to mention that. That's like the funniest scene in the movie. It's like, so, like what happened again? Like who's 007 here?
Oh my God! Can we the little
That was
guest
so funny.
retirement tag that he has on when he's going into the it's so good.
That was very funny. I mean, the comedy really worked in this movie. There's a lot of good comedic moments.
So good.
Jeez.
And yeah, God damn it, the progression of the character is so good. Real quick, just I have a through line here. I gotta praise Spectre real quick. Honestly,
Sure,
with
do
some
it.
good stuff. Just like they have like great progression because like you go through stuff like especially like up to Skyfall about like how much like Bond is just like off his rocker with like constantly killing people and his alcoholism, right?
Yeah.
And like even there's like moments in Spectre like he's offered alcohol like by like the end in like the fortress and he's like maybe later. It's like that's nice. But then also there's like that great moment where M was like saying to C in Spectre about the license to kill is also a license not to kill, and like
Yes.
Bond through his progression, not just constantly like randomly killing people all the time, which is bizarrely like how Casino Royale really starts, like down that
Right.
hole. And just the through line's so good. Also, the hot take, I think Spectre is the greatest opening of the Craig series of the.
Whoa.
I think.
How does it start again?
I think they're all great.
Well, I mean, like the
visuals.
title sequence with the.
Title sequence.
It's like the octopus, right?
Yeah, the octopus stuff. I think it's
Writing
most
on the
original-
wall. Yeah.
Writing on the wall. It's a bop.
I don't mind it. People hate it for some reason.
Yeah, why?
I don't
It's
fucking
good.
know.
Why?
Get out of here,
It's
Josh.
It's like it's so of the time to hate it. I literally rewatched it. I'm like, people hated this back in 2015.
So right now, I have like back to back in my like Spotify. I have Adele, Skyfall, Sam Smith's Writing on the Wall, and Billie Eilish's No Time to
Great
Die.
opening by Billy. I was really
Okay.
I had heard it before, but it really hit.
Okay,
This
so
is my first time hearing it.
okay, so also you guys know how I've been avoiding that to hear it for the first time in the movie.
Me too.
And then I went to go look it up after the movie, and it's been out for over a year. I'm like, fuck. Like, but it's so good. And also I think like these three songs are such a beautiful progression. Like Skyfall to Writing on the Wall, like are similar motifs that run so beautifully. Like obviously, Skyfall is so good with what Adele did, and then Sam Smith's Writing on the Wall is Fucking Josh, I'm sorry.
Every
he's,
time.
he's like, it's just not a good Bond song, and I'm just like, no, bro, it's about fucking the love for Madeline and like fall for her. Whereas No Time to Die is falling
it's
out
like
of
Evan
for the
said.
betrayal.
It's exactly like Evan said. How now that's kind of replenished. It enhances Spectre.
Yeah.
Now that we have this movie.
And goddamn, No Time to Die is like hauntingly beautiful for like after the opening of the betrayal.
Man,
it's so damn good.
I felt for Bond so much more than in any other Bond movie ever. Like
absolutely.
I still need to like properly watch all the other Bond iterations, but I do love. Also, did you know Judi Dench played M in other iterations?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like
I vaguely knew that, but I've never seen.
I think she's in the Brosnan.
Do we have to do our Bond? Did your parents not show you guys Bond movies growing up? GoldenEye.
I really haven't seen any of their Bond movies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Never say
man,
never.
You want to lend me $150 to buy the collection?
Sure. I watched a lot of Bond growing up, but yeah, Bond. I mean, this movie. We didn't even talk about Rami Malek. How do you guys feel about him? I feel like
Carson's having nightmares to this day.
He could have had more development.
Jesus.
He could have had more development. And the one thing, somebody tweeted this out, I also really agree with, the age thing. So, like, he's in the prologue with Leah.
Yeah, and then he's not aged in real life. Yeah,
he hasn't aged. When she ages, like, presumably, like, 15 or 20 years.
Probably.
Do we even see his full face at all?
We don't, but it's like he still has that scar. He still has a scar, and it's like,
at least give him some gray hair.
He's the same age as her in real life. That's why it really messes me up. Like he's like 2 years older or younger than her.
I kind of just forgot about it. I
did too, but it's also I'm just like, for a second during the movie, I'm like kind of confused. I'm like, wait, is this the same character?
What's so funny is like. Just going off of like the marketing for the longest time, there was like I think the first trailer, Bond's like sitting in that room with Safin, is that his name?
Sure,
Safin?
I think so.
And Bond has a line that's like, "History isn't kind to men who play God." And my brain was like, "Is this Bond villain fucking cloning?" Like, I was like, "What fucking crazy shit are we getting into?" He wants a new body because he's all scarred. What's going on?
Just plants and genocide.
Sure.
I thought his plan.
The world a little tinier. His deliveries are great.
Yeah,
very good deliveries. I thought his plan was perfectly goofy because it's a Bond movie.
Its purpose.
It served its purpose, and it worked for the finale. Where
oh my god! And I wasn't even thinking until they started talking about it.
No, I knew automatically. I knew like, oh wait, if the rules of this universe connect, like when he got
the blood
hit
goes
by
on,
Sappin's virus thing, I'm like, oh no, because I didn't think he was gonna die, but I felt like, oh wait, he's never gonna see her again now.
Yeah,
he can't get close.
He can't get closer.
Wait, what happened?
Remember, Sappin hits Bond with the
virus. That the target is Madeline and consequently the child, the same DNA.
Because they're all
and so they can never get close again, and they can never kiss. They can never. Did you not realize it?
No, goddamn.
Oh, Nathan!
That's the crux. That's why
that was the crux. That's why it was so tragic. Is because he could never get close to them again in person.
I just thought he was so injured and couldn't get out in time.
No.
I think,
dude, it was a late screening for me, and it was a long movie.
Oh, you gotta.
I gotta go back.
He had the opportunity, even after getting shot, even after sealing the doors and beating. I think he had the opportunity to still leave. He still could have found a way to leave.
Absolutely.
But he knew that, like, oh, it's over. What is my life anyways if I can't go to the woman I love anyways? So I'm like, I think he just knew to say goodbye to
bro.
There. Oh my gosh!
Fucking when
as soon as it happened, I started like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry, and I'm just,
dude.
It got me.
When Q's getting choked up, realizing what's going on.
Oh me! Oh dude! Oh,
I love Q. He's my favorite side character.
Q was so good. Yeah,
he's so good.
I love his introduction to Skyfire.
Man was just trying to have a date.
Yeah, I thought he was dating Naomi Harris for a second. I'm like, oh wait,
no, a gentleman was coming over.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Because my dad elbowed me. He's like, are they dating? I'm like, I guess so. This is new. Because the transition was she's going over to his house,
right? Yeah,
and he was sending him dinner. I'm like, oh wait, is he expecting Naomi Harris to come?
Yeah, but then they both show up at the door, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wait, he's gay. I didn't realize that, but that was interesting.
Also, apparently. A random fact I found out was apparently Q's cats were CG.
No way!
Yeah, I don't fucking know how.
Why?
That cat was CG?
Apparently,
allergic to cats.
I don't think so. But even so, it'd be a hairless cat.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, but I
Maybe
think
Daniel Craig's scared of cats or something.
overall, this movie.
I would need the BTS.
This movie was phenomenal. I was going back and forth if this was my favorite between this or Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I do have this above Skyfall, for sure.
Wow.
But
yeah,
I
it
think,
might be for me, honestly. I have yet to cement it there. But...
I can see in retrospect revisiting it floating to my top. I do have a new Bond ranking, which I'll bring up. Also, that great shot that's been in the trailers too, but like where he does the gun barrel shoot turn.
Oh, it's so good.
Love that,
dude. And then that whole stair fight, all the action,
phenomenal.
Incredible.
And speaking of best shots, I tweeted this out on the DMs today. But the shot of him like standing up and looking at the sun.
Yep.
That's
Some
one of the best shots
Jedi,
of the year.
Luke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like...
It's one of the best shots of the year. And then when they do the close up, when he says like, "There's always enough time" or something. What does he say?
Okay, let me break it down for you. In the beginning of this movie, they're driving in the car, and she's like, "Go faster," and he's like, "Why? We have all the time in the world." And then by the end, they're on the mic, they're on comms, and he says, "You have all the time in the world," because
man.
Dying.
This movie, it hit me so
emo.
unexpectedly.
I'm emo after this movie, man.
I didn't expect this to happen at all for a Bond movie. I went in thinking,
right?
Okay, this could be emotional, but he's gonna drive off in the sunset. We're gonna get
a
new Bond
it's just gonna
character.
be like a.
It's gonna be a nice, sweet ride, but the emotional impact, damn.
Tell you a story about a man named Bond, James Bond.
God, that hurt.
And then Q like toasting the glass, like to
what
live.
do we talk
or whatever.
about in a lot of blockbusters? Like the lack of romance in a lot of.
Oh my god, as a
things.
central core thing, yes,
Like,
I need more of it.
We need more of that. And it's, again, I hate to go back to Mission Impossible, but that's why I like Mission Impossible, because there's always a good between him and Julia.
Love wins, man.
And him and
Love
Rebecca
wins.
now. So yeah, I'm just
So
love wins. Yeah. So let's do a ranking. Let's do a ranking. Yeah.
Yeah. So my Craig Bond rankings: number 1, Quantum Assault. No, okay. No, Quantum is my number 5.
Okay.
I was so depressed by that editing.
It's bad.
And then I had Spectre at number 4, and then number 3 I had No Time to Die. With number 2 Casino Royale, number 1 Skyfall.
Great.
But then it's funny because then I'm watching clips from Casino Royale today, and I was like, "Fuck, is this my number 1?" And then now we're talking about No Time to Die, and I'm like, "God damn, is this the number 1?" Like these 3 is like that's a trilogy.
That's a trilogy right there. Yeah.
Well, it's got because fucking Spectre.
Now we have to watch Spectre. Now Spectre works. But
the quadrilogy.
I'd go bottom to top, like a Quantum of Solace. I actually skipped that one again. Even though it's funny how much Quantum is referenced in Spectre and No Time to Die now, because Madeline's father, not Mr. Green, I forget his name now. Madeline's father worked for Quantum of Solace.
Right.
God, it all ties together.
So the worst movie gets like connected there, which is very funny.
Haha.
I'm gonna do a rewatch.
That's it's the end game effect with.
It's the end game of Thor: Dark World. Exactly. I was about to say that. Yeah, but I would say Quantum of Solace, Spectre, Skyfall, No Time to Die, Casino Royale.
Casino.
And it's funny because when I rewatched Skyfall this year, I'm like, holy shit, the movie really worked for me on a rewatch.
I was like, is this the Winter Soldier of the Bond film?
But I still think Casino Royale. I mean, Casino Royale. Matt Mickelson hitting him in the balls. That's all. That's 5 stars right
Poor
there.
Nathan being scarred for life.
My child impression of just like, I finished all my
balls.
nacho chips. And I damaged my tongue from sour Skittles.
I mean, that scene is iconic. I love Eva Green. So
Eva Green, my beloved.
yeah, but No Time to Die is solid lead number 2.
I will update you guys on my ranking when I'm gonna start. I might just put on Casino Royale right now.
So can we commentary him? Fuck it.
So you never did your rewatch for any of the movies before No Time to Die?
I've rewatched Casino Royale like 6 months ago, but because Kelly didn't know if she saw it or not, and then for some we put our rewatch on pause, and so then I just didn't have time. So now
commentary.
We could.
Anywho,
Yeah, this was good.
Did you guys catch the end credits?
Yeah, when you hear like the shaking of the Iron Man armor, that was pretty cool.
No, but I heard it just says James Bond will return.
It does. My audience was like,
Does it?
Yeah,
apparently
it did.
Really? Seriously?
I mean, just James
It does.
Bond, not Daniel Craig.
Oh, I didn't know
James
that.
Bond will return.
Yeah, James Bond.
Wow.
Which, I mean, a lot of them tend to end that way. But it's fun, like, on that one, because everyone's like, what? But he died. When's the reboot? Like, my audience.
It's very confusing for a regular audience.
Yeah, but, I mean, James Bond lives on forever.
Yeah. Do you guys think Ralph Fiennes is going to come back as M in the next
I think
series?
so.
I'd love it. That'd be cool.
And if they don't do spin-offs, I think they should at least... They need Ana de Armas's character. She needs to be in some capacity.
Let's keep the universe going.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Imagine
3
what
weeks.
a year could do.
Yeah.
Well, okay, realistically, when do you think the next Bond movie is going to come out? 2024? 5?
There was
4.
only a
I say
4-year.
4.
There was only a 4-year gap between Brosnan and Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, 2024, 2025.
And I don't think they're going to wait
that long.
the Spectre to No Time to Die gap for a next movie.
Yeah. Wow.
All I'm thinking about right now is like, damn, if I was a marketing exec, I would have pushed Casino Royale a year so it could have released in 2007 for 007.
Nice. That's funny.
But yeah, I think what's the next title going to be is more intriguing. But as to when,
No Time to Die after watching the movie is a perfect title. No Time to Die.
it really is.
God, it's perfect now. Yeah, I love this movie. I actually, did I rank this? You said this is your number 2 of the year, Nathan?
Yeah, originally I had it like right below Shang-Chi, and then I moved it up.
This is my number 5 of the year.
Shang-Chi is still number 4 for me.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
I love
it's number
Shang-Chi.
3 now.
Uh,
I have it right below the Green Knight for number 1.
Green Knight's number 2.
I have my number 5 is No Time to Die. Number 4 is Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, we're doing 5.
Number 3 is Mitchell's versus the Machines. Number 2 is Little Fish, and number 1 Green Knight.
Okay, so number 5 at In the Heights.
In the Heights,
Hey,
Usnavi.
thank you. Commentary. Number 4, I have A Quiet Place Part 2. Number 3, Shang-Chi. Number 2, No Time to Die. Number 1, Green Knight.
Beautiful.
Good list.
Cinema. Oh, number 6, Free Guy.
Let's go.
Which I just saw again at my new theater.
I did watch Free Guy. It is my number low.
Fuck.
I thought it was okay.
Who are you, Josh?
Yeah.
Like me and Josh.
Free Guy's my number 30.
30, nice.
Number 30.
How many films have you seen?
30.
32.
39. 39.
Get over here.
Dun, dun, dun. That's low.
It is for me too. Yeah.
I had a blast, but I'm like, it's low.
It's next to Venom.
Damn. Oh, Carson did go on his tangent about the Eminem song.
I'm
rather,
tired.
the Skylar Grey song.
Two
featuring
and a
Eminem.
half hours in. Let's close it up here.
Well, okay. Well, hold on, Carson. It's a Skylar Grey song featuring Eminem and other artists.
Huge mistake.
All right.
Huge mistake.
Even though when I was announced, I was like, oh shit.
Look, the song is good.
I'm back in middle school.
But then the verse is all of like 15
15
seconds, and it's not nearly as catchy or anything at all compared to the original.
I think it fits in the regard of like the ending
No,
on the beach.
give me a Carnage theme song all by him.
Hold on, the ending
geez.
on the beach for Let There Be
Okay.
Carnage is a lot more like chilled out. So I feel like
You're
the
right, you're
motif
right.
of Last One Standing. Shut up! I'm doing what I did for Bond right now.
Creating all these extra things that the writers had no idea. Sure, yeah, that works for us. Sure.
No.
Andy gave
Intentional.
no fucks.
They plugged it all together. And so yeah, the style's more chill. It's less like going hard or just like the ending of eating a dude and Venom. But I also agree that the Venom I think is a better song and like that it goes hard.
Yes. It's just bewildered.
But I also really do like Last One Standing. I like Skylar's vocals and I
Me
like
too.
M's verse.
Yeah, I agree. Never heard it.
Anyway, what a jam-packed episode. We will be back for another tea come Sunday to do all things Fandom tomorrow. At the very least, we will be breaking down the new trailer for the Batman with a full copyright claim.
Let's go.
We are prepared.
It's going to be a
It's
blast.
not a sign; it's a warning.
I think it's also, hey, good omens that my Wi-Fi has not crashed this stream. Hell yeah.
Do we still get copyrighted if we turn the volume off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a visual claim too.
Got it. Okay.
But that being said, Evan, where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9. Like Nathan said, DC Fandom is tomorrow. I'm excited. The Batman, Young Justice news, Aquaman news, the Flash news, more Supergirl stuff in the Flash. So there's going to be a lot of DC movie news. Shazam, Black Adam, holy crap.
Yeah.
Very excited. But I think the Batman and Young Justice are what I'm most excited for. It's going to be great. I can't wait to dive into all of it with you guys on Sunday. And Survivor 41
is back.
It's great. The last episode was brutal in terms of a blindside. But it's been a great season so far. Love it.
Nice. Carson, where can you watch Squid Game?
You can watch Squid Game on Netflix. Hulu. And yeah, I'm going to try to watch that by next week. And what else? Just cat things. And yeah, on Twitter, can you leave me alone? I'll be not watching Daredevil for the foreseeable future, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to watch the Batman trailer tomorrow, man. Matt Reeves has been tweeting out these like little snippets of shots.
Oh, God.
I am losing it. This movie, I think, is
the teaser. Oh my god!
I think this movie is going to unite nerds in general, and just all of us. We're just all gonna just shut up and be like,
I hope so.
This is the movie.
But the Snyder Cult exists.
God damn it!
It's like Spidey Twitter. You will never.
It is still going. Like,
Yep.
I literally saw someone burning a Justice League DVD the other day. Like, what are you doing?
What? Oh my god!
Like, just lit a Justice like in a reply to a WB tweet. I'm just like, good lord, these people need to go outside and touch grass. I don't like they do. Okay, tangent over.
No time to burn DVDs.
Yep.
Yeah, you can find me at _ Nathan Rojas, and we all. God, there's always a scoff.
I'm sorry.
Like, it's just my ad now, man. Like, what do you want?
I don't know why.
Rest in pieces.
Let the past die. Fucking bury it if you have to.
Kill it if you have to.
Oh, also Succession comes on Sunday. So.
Oh yeah.
Right. Season 3.
I want to rewatch season 2.
One of the best shows ever.
No, you can find me re-editing the intro for Ring the Bell because it got wiped in my computer reset.
No
way! So I gotta re-edit. I mean, it's a pretty easy edit, but I just gotta.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta re-get that.
How else are we gonna close this out then? May the force be with us. I mean, what's
Oh no.
Yeah, I think we should say you have all the time in the world.
If you enjoyed that podcast, let me tell you about a story about a man named Bond.